Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm just realizing that captions are not updating. There we go. Oh, better now.
Hello.
Hello.
Are we
We're
are we
live.
live on the internet? Can I be held accountable for the things I say now?
Uh, you're always held accountable for the things you say.
You don't know
Oh,
what they
right.
said behind the scenes, y'all. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm
it was it
kidding.
was it was just the most filthy, hateful. It was almost like we were TSR employees. Hey
Ooh,
everybody, welcome to this episode of Morning Ritual. We bucking shots early.
Right out
I
the
hope
gate.
you're having I hope you're having a good Saturday morning.
Murfeather.
That's the time it is. Whoa, that's an early raid. Thank you, thank you very much. I'm barely coherent, so I appreciate you. I am one of your hosts, Noir, and this is the better host up here.
Who just threw a cat off screen. Hi, I'm Anita.
don't
It's
do
okay, there's a
that.
bed
Bring him
here.
back.
He's good.
Bring him back.
No,
Bring him back.
no,
Sorry.
you must punish the cat.
Oh,
And with us today we have our lovely, amazing guest with one of the most fun names to say. UhOhBurns. Hey, good morning.
good morning. I'm sorry. I love that cat. I would already just catapult myself for that cat.
You love that cat is evil.
Okay. I always say this is the thing I say. Listen, if a cat ever kills me or like unalives me, sorry, that's my fault. It caught me slipping, and we're just gonna leave it at that. That's, that's how it
I,
is.
He's okay
that,
when he's deciding not to bite me off camera. Ow!
Okay, calm down. We're in public.
I feel like cats are the only creature that can just decide you're their pet, you're their owner. Like
Did you?
did we watch
Yes,
the same TikTok?
I think so. Like,
This lady was just like, "This isn't my cat," and she's like petting it, and it's like rubbing up against her, and she shows the open window, and I'm like, the balls on that creature.
So the
Did you know
story
that-
about him is we went to this random person's house to get a kitten because, it was free kittens. And so my ex and I went to go pick up this cat. And he's like, "You make the decision. I don't really care. Like, I'll just take whatever cat we get as long as it's a boy cat," because we had like 3 boy cats to choose from. So he left the room to go get the carrier, and this cat followed him out.
oh,
And he's an asshole. So
I will cry. I will cry on stream over a cat. But they're so cute. I don't. How do you?
He is super cute.
I just want y'all to think about this from the cat's perspective, though. Like, you are in a world with these giant creatures, and you just look at one of the giant creatures and like, I'm gonna rock with that one.
that one. I like that one.
Like, do you?
You know, cats aren't actually domesticated, right? Like
They
they.
domesticated us, it's true.
Yeah, they're not domesticated. We never domesticated them.
And I don't know why I'm the only one bothered by that.
I just think it's a you problem. And
Yeah. Maybe you've got some working on yourself to do before you
Look,
realize
I'm a
that,
dog person.
that's true.
I know that about myself. I love dogs.
I like
Aw,
my
Lauren,
dog.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Lord. Oh.
But hey, Raiders, welcome in. Good to see you all. Welcome in, Raiders from Murfeathers, or Mare. It's good to see you.
So, we've got a lot to talk about. I've got a few questions for you, which is the nervousness. The nerve of you being so dope at making cosplays that you made such an epic cosplay for Rocks. What was it, Sosuke?
No, who did I make? Yeah, it was Sasuke. No, that was right. That's right. Yeah. I get it confused because I also think I made him Bakugo from Boku no Hero. So he just hasn't worn that one yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I I have feelings about Bakugo, so I would just shut up before I get in trouble by my sister.
Listen, if it's shade, you can shade Bakugo. You know that's shading rocks, and I'm for it. No, I'm kidding.
I can't stand like characters like Bakugo. I can't like Bakugo, Vegeta, like all the like the second place characters that got an attitude problem. Ooh, I can't stand them. Like,
you know, that's funny because I messed up. It was actually Todoroki that I made, but I'm glad that you don't like Bakugo because I get it.
It's chill.
I get it.
Or hot.
Oh my.
Because
everyone.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll see myself out. I shouldn't even be here. What am I doing?
All right, y'all. Stream's
I haven't watched My Hero Academia, so I have no idea. I probably should. Adorable. I just haven't watched I haven't really watched any. The last anime I watched was like one called The Rolling Girls, which was a all-girl road trip with alien anime, and it was so sweet and wholesome.
That's not even a surprising summary. Anime's wild. I
have never heard of that anime.
Neither have I.
Indie hipster weeb motherfucker.
That's why my last name is literally Weeb.
Every time I hit you with that, you counter with that. You would think I would see it coming. Chat's already tried to start some shit with me, but I'm gonna ignore it. AJ, who's your kid? He says he doesn't like Vegeta because we keep saying Noir is like Vegeta, which if you know anything about
Wait a minute.
You know that that's not true.
Do you like Vegeta or not? This is a very important question.
I hate Vegeta.
I gotta go.
What?
Do you know this man? You can't see him, but he is back there on my wall. That is my man.
Okay, well
Vegeta?
You gotta do better. You deserve better than that.
Short, angry man? That's my man.
Everybody wants a short.
Just such
everybody wants a short anime man, but as soon as you're short, oh my god, am I Vegeta? I'm not Vegeta.
Fight energy.
I don't have fight energy. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't have like.
He's a good husband, a good father, a great fighter.
Hold now. It's a great fighter. I'm gonna need y'all to chill.
Just because Goku is fucked.
Vegeta got beat by Krillin.
You know what? That's a good point.
I love reminding people of that. That's my favorite thing.
There is a reason why there's a you fighting the chat emote.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right there.
Thank you, Bo. Is Vegeta a good father though?
Yes, Husha. Goku has no original thought. I agree. Goku is just. I don't even know what's wrong with that man.
Okay, excuse me. Especially you, who's your kid, Mr. Drinks Respect Lemon Juice. Exactly when have himbos been expected to have original thoughts?
You can't just pull out facts like that.
I'll wait. Y'all all of a sudden want him to be a smart himbo? There's no such thing. He is the ultimate himbo.
You don't feel bad for Chi-Chi?
I feel bad for Chi-Chi.
Can we
his life a lot?
Can we remember that Chi-Chi tricked Goku into marrying her?
That's fair.
That is more than fair.
Y'all didn't think I was coming with the facts today, did you?
It's something we like to forget.
Everybody's like, poor Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi did that to herself. That's what happens when you try to change somebody. You get stuck with who they is, not who you want them to be.
That's fair.
We preaching today.
That's why she was left with those kids.
Exactly.
Oh, who am I kidding? Piccolo raised those kids.
It's
Piccolo.
Piccolo's a good
father. Piccolo is a single black dad if I've ever seen a single black dad.
Also, I love how the collective was just like, yeah, Piccolo's black. Like, that's just always been a thing.
You know what? When we don't get representation, we take shit. You know what? I love that there are characters that like are not black, but you can't convince black folks of that. Like Skeeter from Doug is black.
Oh, black. Black. Oh,
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Here's the question about Doug, though.
Okay, here we go.
Every single character in that show is a different color except for Doug, who is specifically white.
I feel like Patty Mayonnaise was spicy white, but her name is Mayonnaise.
Ooh. Spicy mayo. Spicy mayo.
Because they gave
Like an aioli?
They gave Patty a tan, but it's just like her name is Mayonnaise, dog.
Yikes. No, you're right, though. Wow, Doug is the only outwardly white
Is the only
person.
straight up white motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the protagonist?
And
fishy.
the protagonist.
Hmm.
Mm.
And he has a hero fantasy. Quail Man.
I mean, look, hold on.
Literal white savior.
Look, no, time out. I'm all for, you know, disrespecting the whites. But we not gonna come at Quail Man like that.
Oh.
I don't know why, but I got a healthy respect for Quail Man.
Anyone that can wear their underwear on the outside of their clothes
With the confidence
with the confidence
of
earns your
a
respect.
man who knows his drip is savage.
Oh, yes. Christopher Jamal Evans. That's what people have been saying online. Christopher Jamal Evans. Apparently, Chris Evans is somehow black.
Has been adopted by the black community.
I don't know how this white, Aryan man is now
I can explain that. I can explain it. I've got the reasoning behind it. We, as the black community, have an excess of people, and we need to kick some of them the fuck out of their blackness. Candace Owens does not deserve her black. Okay? So, like, that means that we've got draft capital. We've got trade material. And I feel like nothing would...
Are we referring to the Chappelle show skit?
Yes, we are. I feel like nothing would hurt the whites more than if we traded them dusty, musty-ass Candace Owens and we took Captain America, so we had both Captain Americas.
But Jamal, though? Who named him Jamal?
Black living. Have you seen the edits with the nails?
Oh, do you want... Listen, you want me to send you some memes right now?
Between that and Vishon?
Vishon, we took the shit out of... Well, no, time out. I don't think we took Vision. I think the internet has a valid point in that Vision was always ours because he's made out of vibranium, and vibranium is from Africa.
Okay, just because he looks like The Rock doesn't mean he is The Rock. It's just, you know, the gold chain. Ooh, you okay? Ooh, you need a minute.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking about all the Vashon memes. Wanda, you know I love you.
Oh my god. Oh, let me see. I swear to you, I kept them all and just kept sending them. Okay.
Who else have we taken? That's kind of where my mind's at right now. I know we've taken Chris Evans. I know we've taken Piccolo. Who else have we taken?
The Backyardigans.
The backyard. I don't even know what the Backyardigans are.
I'm not gonna lie. For a kids show, it slaps. Like, it's so good. It's just like a little kids show with like little 3D animal things.
There's 3D animals, but I've seen enough TikToks to know that the black community has claimed them because all of them are coded as black.
Mm-hmm. One of them's like, what is her name? Like Takesha, something like that. Uniqua. Takesha. Wow, I just made that up. I feel
like there's a bit of a war. Well, not a war, but I feel like black folks are trying. Like we're taking TTRPG. But the LGBTQA community, LGBTQA plus community is like, hold on now. So it's just like, we're working out like how we're dividing it like cis white dudes are just like, well, what about it? We're like, shut up, Kyle.
There is a
Oh,
heated debate over
Kyle.
what kind of animal Uniqua is. Is she a bug?
I have to. Okay, backyard
Let
kids.
me
I have to
look
look
up
at them.
Backyard is because I've never.
I want to look at their names. I think the creator was also aren't they a black woman?
Oh my god, almost every. Oh no.
Let me see. Yes, Janice Burgess. A black woman. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Because Uniqua, there's Tyrone.
Tyrone. Tyrone's the moose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyrone's the moose.
And
And then
Pablo,
there's Pablo.
the penguin.
Yes. Tasha, who was
I
always
saw
my
it-
favorite.
I saw an entire TikTok where it's like, Pablo's Afro-Latino.
Yes. I can't confirm. They're also like cute. I don't know. It's like a cute story.
It is
like,
cute.
I don't know.
And I mean,
I'd
there's
let my
enough
kids
TikTok
watch
sounds
it.
about it.
I really gotta get off TikTok.
I will start singing.
To the thick of it.
Is that
Into
where
the
that
thick
comes
of it.
from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ugh.
Oh.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Like I kind of want to talk about that though. Like, why are there so many how do I put this? Why are there so many sexy trends on TikTok using like kid songs and kid voices? Is that not weirding anybody else out?
The kid voices creeps me out.
Yeah,
I think the
small
songs
potatoes
are just
meme
funny.
is
Like, cause I'm just like scrolling through, and I'm just like, I mean, look, the problem with TikTok is when you describe what TikTok looks like to you, that gives the world a reflection.
like what your For You page looks like.
Into your soul. So you got to be very careful when you talk about TikTok.
It is for you.
I changed my mind. I'm not gonna say it. Goddamn.
All I know is that I've somehow, like, I don't know how, but I've stumbled into, like, my algorithm has stumbled me enough into black TikTok. Probably because I'm dating you and you keep sending me memes.
Sweetheart, there might be a reason for that.
Yeah. So, like, the whole
Okay, my
thing
best
with, like,
friend
the
stuck
TikTok
through-
dance strike.
Oh my god, that's.
And, like, the reason why there's no dance to Meg the Stallion's thought shit is because black women are using their own sounds and not posting it under the original, like, audio is so fucking good and petty to me.
Amazing.
Correction. There have been dances to Meg the Stallion style shit.
Oh, well, wait, no, God.
The white women ones.
And it's just a bunch of pancakes flapping in the breeze. with
Not
no rhythm.
pancakes. Oh,
My favorite
no.
one is that I saw a group of black women do the white version of it, and they still did it better.
I saw one last night. So these two black women just did it, and I was like, "Wow!" And you're still in rhythm.
Yeah.
Like,
Pancakes.
Oh my god, I saw one that was so bad that somebody stitched ease on down the road. Cause that's what they were doing. And I was like, y'all are so gloriously petty.
The instructions were clear. Hands on my knees.
do we cuss on this stream? I just
You can.
don't
That's
know.
fucking lootly.
Oh, thank God.
Dimebag, you bring up a good point. This is the last weekend of Pride, y'all.
It is. And that reminds me, because I need to actually bring this up again. All bits and says for the month for critical misses are being donated to the Transgender Law Center. And there is more direct donations available through Tiltify. So we have teamed up with our friends over at Chromatic Chimera to do that. But yeah, happy last weekend of Pride.
I hope everybody had a dope Pride month. I wish nothing but the best for all my queer friends. Um, I gotta tell you, I feel like us cis people, we were not on our best behavior this Pride, and I feel like y'all should do better.
Yeah, be better. No.
Yeah, like we gotta be better. We gotta be better, y'all. You know what? And I feel like we should establish a rule for Black History Month and Pride Month, which is if white people don't act right during Pride Month, we do it. I mean, if white people don't act right during Black History Month, we run it again. And if cis people don't act right during Pride Month, we run it again until we start to learn to behave.
Every month
I
is Black
agree.
History Month. Every month is Pride Month.
Hey. Yeah, because they're gonna keep messing it up. It's fine.
The minute of silence in class. That's right.
Oh, wait, minute of silence. Oh, yep, exact.
If someone talks, we start the minute again.
You just brought up trauma I forgot about.
I mean,
Uh,
to be fair, it
And you
came
just
from
wanna-
just dorky teacher.
True.
can we talk about the fact that we had to say the Pledge of Allegiance every day as children?
What's that like?
Can we-
That has to be weird because we don't do that in Canada.
That shit, like looking back on it, that shit was insidious. Like the more I read about history, I'm like, you dirty motherfucker. How is there you? Like it's just, oh god, I still
How does it
remember
feel to know that Under God got added in the 50s because of the Red Scare?
It feels right. It feels like a very it's American. It's on brand. You know, it's unfortunately on brand.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish I could take, I kind of wish I could take some like old dusty white guy from the 50s and bring him here so he could see how much we love socialism and we're kind of leaning towards communism a little bit. Just like Red Scare, more like, I didn't think of anything funny.
Really, Bo? That's what they do now in Canadian schools? A land acknowledgement right before the national anthem? That's
Wait, what?
ironic.
Oh.
What's a land acknowledgement?
Oh, so, you acknowledge the fact that you live on Indigenous treaty land, and you acknowledge I acknowledge and respect that I live on, for example, I live on Treaty 7 land, and it's to give thanks to the Indigenous people that got swindled into giving up their land.
White people be on such horse shit. Like, you know what? Like, you almost got to respect the game a little bit. It's just like, you look at people, you look at like the pilgrims and shit that came over here and did all that fuck shit. It's just like we got worked over with motherfuckers with buckles on their hats. Like
There's
you gotta,
there's a whole story to the treaty system in Canada. Like every area has its own numbered treaty, and the way it got done is so fucked up. So fucked up. They had a drunk priest translate half of it because he knew only some of the words. My favorite is a drunk gay priest translated half of it because of the words. Because he only knew some of the Blackfoot.
like, again, of course we need to acknowledge that all of the shit in history that we read is fucking terrible, but also it's just like how the fuck did we get worked over by people named Jasper?
Jasper.
Jasper from Twilight.
Oh, see, history has
Confederate.
ruined fantasy novels for me because every time there's like, yeah, you see this real sexy pale immortal that comes through, I'm like, damn, they probably owned slaves. Like they probably said the N-word liberally at one point in their life. Like I can't be wooed by sexy vampires anymore because of history. Thanks.
Why would you say that? Now I'm like, my One of my first crushes was Dracula, and now
Oh, you know Dracula drops a few N-bombs with a hard ER, and he said it with his chest. He said it with his whole Dracula chest.
I would like to think that maybe, like, you know, maybe he did, but
he was like, blah, get these out of here.
He's like, sorry, I didn't know any better. I was Romanian. I was a different kind of white. I didn't know the context behind that word.
Count Dracula said it.
Still can't say it.
What's the vampire from Sesame Street? He probably said it. The Count. He probably said it. Angel from Buffy, you know he said it. Spike said it.
My people were oppressed
Elmo
too. Dracula probably.
Elmo is black.
Elmo is black.
Elmo is black.
Played by a black man, right? For like the longest time.
Absolutely.
Black. Big Bird, black. Mixed.
You know what? I'm gonna say something that's gonna get white people to want to fight me because they're like, you're not taking him, but we are. We taking Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Not fair.
Oh no. Yeah. Bob Ross is always nurse. I don't know where the
look at that
fro.
Look at that.
He said my great grandmother.
Like, honestly, no, but we don't deserve Bob Ross, so you can have him. Such a pure soul.
I didn't think that was gonna be like emotional on the street. It's in the morning.
Oh god.
Characters that would fit. Elmo, Piccolo. Who else have we got?
That fro was a perm that he kept to make people happy.
Oh, Barney is black. We know that.
Yes.
Barney, we got him. Y'all can keep the Teletubbies. We don't know what that weird shit was.
Okay, I love the Teletubbies though, but I think that's just like it was foreshadowing the person I would become. You know, a mess.
Fair.
So,
can we talk about how
the tubby custard machine running rent free in your mind right now?
Can we talk about how a Teletubby being purple and having a triangle sent white people or not like sent crazy Christians into a panic about gayness? And like, let's fast forward 10 years and it's just like y'all had no idea what you really should have been worried about.
you know what? Don't say that because they're gonna be like, you know what? It was the Teletubbies.
It was the Teletubbies that did it. We were right. Tiki Winky.
It was the water supply.
Tiki Winky turned everybody gay.
Tiki Winky's purse, cute.
Icon.
The little top hat, cute. Honestly, an icon. You're right.
Respect. What were they monkeys? Like what?
No, they're Teletubbies.
I don't know why the monkey thing threw me off. Lord, I hope they weren't monkeys.
Is the theory now that the majority of children's television show characters are black?
Think so.
Aren't they though?
I mean, let's talk about it. Pork Chop was black.
Yes. I think it's because of Bubby. Bubby raised him that way. Okay? Pork Chop is black. Who else is black?
Miss Frizzle is mixed.
Freaking Miss Frizzle.
That's right. We claiming a percentage of Miss Frizzle. Look at that hair.
Ooh. I say that we own the rights to Billy and Mandy. I think we own the rights.
Oh, absolutely. Invader Ziv, black.
A short king.
Paramore, black.
Oh, let's talk about it. Haley is invited to every cookout.
I was going on a rant on Twitter. I was like, I've never met a black person that didn't say Paramore slaps. Even old black people. They're like,
yeah, that's...
They just never... I don't know.
I don't know what it is either.
I don't know what it is about
Avril Lavigne, she not black. She not black. Gwen Stefani, she not black. She tried for a little bit there.
I'm like, Gwen Stefani thinks she's everybody, apparently.
Oh God, I love when white celebrities have black faces and then they just kind of cast that aside like it never happened.
She had a black phase, a Latinx phase, an Asian phase. I'm like, can you pick? Like,
who are you?
She had
if you're gonna offend someone, pick one. Jesus.
Tell me I'm wrong, though.
You're not wrong. Oh. We've only asked you one question. I'm so sorry. But you know what? I love this conversation because I want to take more shit. Like oh my God. I want to culturally appropriate white people right now. I just want to take y'all shit.
Do it. Go
I
ahead.
feel it. The gentrification. Ah!
Do you remember that Vine where there was a girl painting her face with like white concealer, and she was like, "Obama, is that a type of sauce? I don't know what that is." She's like, "Ketchup. Ketchup is a spicy food."
Oh my God! You know,
she's like, black. I've never heard that. Never tasted that. Never acknowledged that.
I've been trying to get into makeup a little bit, and I discovered this thing called blackfishing, which is terrifying. I don't know if y'all are aware of what this is.
I've been accused of it, so
it's wait, what?
She's a little light, but that don't mean. I was like, wow, my features are so clearly not of the white. I just don't understand where the disconnect was.
So blackfishing is when white women use makeup to appear
with
like
a hard
white women use makeup to appear like blick women. Blick. Yeah, it's like Rachel Dilla, whatever her name was, and they're. See, okay, let me talk about it because there's something that's been annoying me. I'm sick of seeing genuine shit co-opted by shitty people. For example, the LGBTQA plus community have begun forging a space for themselves in society, and they have fought very long and hard for their right to exist. And God damn it, they deserve everything that they're getting right now. But the problem is, you've got a lot of people seeing the success of queerness and trying to attach themselves on it to also co-opt that space for bullshit that's not real or is real, but evil. I don't know if you've seen, but there is like a pedophile flag that they're trying to hey, we're LGBTQ plus too. That's not a thing.
Yeah, they call themselves maps, and it's horrifying and gross.
Yeah, the reason that I bring this up is because there's another thing that's trying to exist under the flag of queerness, which is transracial. This might be a little too deep of a conversation, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But it's people like Rachel Dolezal who feel black, so they think they get to be black, but they are not black, and this is also part of the whole blackfishing thing. One of the excuses people use when they get called out for using makeup to darken their skin and wigs to have apparently black hair and features is because they feel black, and so
if I feel white, am I gonna suddenly have white privilege? Is that how this is gonna work for me? Like tomorrow, I can just go to the gas station and say I'm a white woman, and they're gonna be like, okay, like whatever N-word. Like, no, that's not true. Like,
you know what? I can tell you that I got pulled over one time and I felt very white, and the cop vehemently disagreed. So, so I don't think it works that way.
That's it. It just doesn't work that way.
see, they're confused because it only works for them. Ooh,
Damn.
And can we, you know what, this doesn't have anything to do with anything, but can y'all please stop using like my shade of foundation and tanning yourself so much? I can't find foundation. Thank you.
Or using it for contouring.
I don't know what that was.
It was adorable.
I'm-
That squeak.
It gets me heated because I'm like, y'all, you don't understand. It's already hard to find brown shades, and then you just take my shade because.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yo, it is very hard to buy makeup when you have a darker shade. I learned that the hard way. I just bought look, I'm learning makeup, so I know nothing about it. So I just bought some shit online because I was just like, all right, so what does a motherfucker need to do some makeup? They were like, you need to get yourself a foundation. I was like, bet. And I just ordered like whatever got 5 stars on Amazon. Whoo, when I tell you that I was shining bright like a diamond, it was just like Rihanna was describing me. Like I was a white man.
Wait, man. It's hard out here. So hard. And then y'all have the nerve to take my shades. I will never forgive you. I will never forgive you for that.
This is the reason I don't contour. Also, because I'm just bad at makeup in general.
I was gonna say I don't contour because I don't understand sorcery.
It is witchcraft, to be fair.
You know what?
It is that TikTok audio.
It is. As an actual witch, I have to agree with you. Because when I take off these eyebrows, you would not know me from walking on the street. You would know who I am.
If the men know we can shapeshift.
I love that video.
I have watched videos to learn how to contour, and every video is the same. They're just like, okay, so what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take your highlighter and your concealer, and then they just draw lines on their faces, and then a minute later they're gorgeous. And I'm like, what the fuck did you do?
But you just have to trust the process.
Trust them. Look, for one moment it looks like they're designing football plays on their face, and then the next they look like a completely different person, and it don't make sense, and nobody's telling me what they're doing. It's just like, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a little blotch on the nose, and then like their nose looks like it's fucking Rudolph because they just put a bunch of red shit on there, and then next thing you know, I'm gorgeous, and I'm like, ah.
It is like that, yes. I start my makeup, and by the end I'm like, I don't know what the steps just happened, but it came out good, you know. I forgot. They put a bunch of lines on their face, and then they all do this. And they go blend, 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 blend. And I'm like, what the fuck process
are you doing? I get the feeling camera trickery is involved in a lot of them. I feel like dark magic is involved in a lot of it.
I've sold a few souls.
There's a market for explaining makeup like it's painting Warhammer minis. Oh, that's actually listen.
Whoever does that idea first,
Lynn.
I feel like
Lynn.
Lynn, erase your comment and make millions.
Do it.
Do them both. Do them both.
Speaking of makeup, and the difficulty of being a person of color with makeup, that there's also a level of difficulty in being a black person or a person of color in general, and being in the cosplay scene. And I know that that's something that you. Sorry. I love gauging people's visceral reactions to some questions. Has that been something that you've dealt with personally? Just and if you don't want to talk about it, I understand.
It keeps me up at night. How like, okay, no, I don't think I'm like the best cosplayer in the world, but listen,
look, you need to chill, okay? I've seen your shit. You better cut. You better not.
Thank you.
I'm over here like, yes, let me make the outfit, let me style the wig, let me take my own photos, let me edit those photos. I put them up, and it's like 2 likes, and then this person will have the nerve, white and skinny,
Always.
slap the wig on, no effort, and 100,000. I'm not kidding. The other day, 100,000 likes, and I was just like, I'm not gonna hate the game because like, good for you, but also why? I
feel that. Can I tell you something that makes me mad about the cosplay scene? And I'm not involved in it at all. I don't like cosplay, but like the thing that upsets me is white people will come at black folks for cosplaying characters, going, Hanada's not black, or this character's not black, and that character's not black. And it's just like, I feel like somebody needs to remind these people, especially in the cases of anime and JRPGs.
They're not white either.
They're not white!
You are. I swear to you. Someone commented on an Asian TikToker that I follow and told them that an anime character, was not Asian because they had blonde hair, and so they shouldn't be cosplaying it. I swear to God, I just got so angry.
God, it's ridiculous. It's really wild. Like, it's really wild that people will type with their whole chest, Hanada's not black. Like, that's why one of my favorite sounds on TikTok is she gonna be black today. But it's just
like, and neither are you, and yet you're still wearing my foundation. So
oh.
No, but that happens so much. Or someone will, oh my god, specifically towards dark-skinned black cosplayers, people will be like, oh, this character's black, but they're not dark-skinned, and I'm like, doesn't even matter.
It's because they keep moving the goalposts.
Yes,
They just have a problem with you cosplaying in general.
I'm just like, if you're racist, just be racist. Why you gotta go through hoops? It's already obvious. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, like,
Oh.
the thing with racists is they always hide behind something. It's just like, I'm not racist, it's just my preference. I'm not racist, I just like cosplays that are more accurate. It's just like...
It's that, what we were talking about a couple episodes ago, where the word butt gets added in. And butt is an eraser. It gets rid of everything that came before it. So, like, I'm not racist, but...
You are absolutely right. It really does. I don't know. People are wild. But yeah, the racism is rampant in the cosplay community. Even as far as, like, it even goes into the blackfishing thing. There's this cosplayer I follow. Beautiful. They're young, too. They're, like, 19. And she's of darker skin, but she has, like, very, like, straight features, small nose. And everyone always accuses her of blackfishing. And she had to come on here and be like, if y'all didn't try to look like me so hard, you wouldn't think that I was blackfishing for every single character I do. Woo! And I was like, ooh. So,
I don't know. And then there's, like, that one French cosplayer that regularly does blackface.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Every week. It's every week.
I don't respect them enough to remember their names, so.
Oh, yeah. Who cares about them?
One of the most upsetting things is, like, sometimes these motherfuckers are convincing. Like, I'm just gonna be the guy to say it. It's just like, damn, that sister looking good. And then it's just like, they take it all off. You're like, undercover white.
There's actually an
Scroll
entire
far
TikTok
on-
account that is devoted to whether or not this is a black woman or blackfishing.
It's like
Oh.
that. I need.
Like
Jesus.
we'll actually scroll through people's Instagram feed and be like, okay, is this a black woman or is this a black fish?
Come on TikTok without makeup, you know? Tell me. Just want to see something real quick.
Meet me in the back of the club. Let's fight.
Honestly.
The fight energy.
I might be PG a little bit. All right. So,
The revelation.
I'll never admit that again. So another question I have for you as a cosplayer is, I know as a musician there'll be some projects or some music where like I pour my heart into it, I work really diligently on it, and it'll get like 3 views. But then like I'll like do a 2-minute song about farts and it gets like 1,000. Like, I have to ask you, is it the same way for the cosplay community, where it's just like there'll be a cosplay that you worked tirelessly on, you learn new skills to do, and it's just like it doesn't get the love that you were hoping it gets, but you like just kind of throw something together and then all of a sudden it's like, I feel like I'm describing something. I'm so sorry.
So okay. So I the most complicated thing I've ever made. So I've made armor, all the other stuff. No, the most complicated thing I've ever made was Maleficent's wings. Those are life-size giant ass wings.
Wow.
And I made them feather by feather using foam. Hand painted, hand cut. I cut every single little slit on those goddamn feathers. And I posted it and it was like, everyone was like, I mean, that's nice, I guess. But then I'll do something like, you know what, I'm bored today. Let me just like paint my face. And it takes me, because face paint for me is really quick because I'm just used to it now. I'm like, it's 15 minutes. And they're like, wow, brilliant. And I'm like,
I know that pain.
I hand glued each feather by itself. Like I'm people don't realize how big they are. I'm like I would say I'm a big woman. Okay, I'm thick. Right? And I'm also tall. I'm 5'8". So like the wings are taller than me and they're like 4 of me. And I'm like, please like my picture.
Please acknowledge that I put a lot of hard work into this.
Please, someone pat my head and tell me it's okay. Like, but yeah, I think that happens a lot. I'll put a lot of energy into something, but it doesn't get as much love as something I just did randomly because I was like having fun one day. And I'm like, I just don't get it. Do y'all like just throwing on a wig with no effort? Is that what this is?
Yeah. I feel that. I so feel it's like, because you're still grateful like anybody taking the time to like look at it, but it's also like, do you know?
Am I a joke to you? Am I a joke to
you? You what, mate?
What? You what, mate? No, that's the thing too, because I'm like, I should be thankful that even like one person saw it, but also y'all, please, my box cutter, I cut myself so many times.
Oh,
the hot glue burns.
Been there. Not the hot glue.
The hot glue. No, but I just usually take it to mean like maybe they just enjoy, again, because like they're faster and they're more like, this is just spontaneous for fun. Maybe they can see the happiness on my face. Maybe that's why they enjoy it a lot more.
That was actually kind of what I was thinking, is that maybe people see the pain in the wings and the joy and the fun one that you do. I don't know.
I think so. Like the Avatar one I did like a week or so ago. I was like, that was just for funsies, and like people really like that one. So.
And if I recall, that is Avatar Blue Aliens, not Avatar Airbender, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. I've been playing so much Avatar. It's just like that's where my mind immediately goes.
Like, I've done both Avatar cosplays, so I guess because I was UA for one of my cosplays.
I've seen that one.
Sokka's girlfriend.
That's rough, buddy.
So the next
like we don't talk about her.
I made these feathers painstakingly and no one appreciated them. That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
Who's Your Kid says in chat, one of my most popular TikToks is me yelling at my roommates to not take Japan from me and Risk. But then I post a cosplay or an edit I actually worked on, and that doesn't do as well.
Hey, Usha, yes, it'd be like that.
So my next question is, with cosplay, you're pretty much traversing different fandoms, which is inherently risky because some fandoms are
trash.
Yeah, okay, that's the word.
Toxic?
Trash. Toxic. That's another one. I have to ask, like, which community has been the most welcoming, and which community has been difficult?
The most welcoming. Oh Lord, I have to look at the cosplays. Hold on, let me go to my Instagram. I need to refresh my memories.
That's how you know you've done a lot of cosplays, by the way. It's just like, damn, who have I been?
I actually was like, dang, who the heck have I been? You know what? I've only been insulted with one group, and it was my Jester cosplay from Critical Role. I was like, ooh, Justice thick, and then someone was like, oh, fat bitch. And I was like, oh!
Who am I fighting?
I think it's okay. I think KP like destroyed them, so it was.
KP.
You know the great thing about KP is you never know where he's gonna show up.
I was thinking that you just show up sometimes, my friend. But it's always such a warm welcome.
Everywhere and nowhere. He is a myth in this community. If you say his name too many times, he'll show up. I kind of had a feeling it might be Critical Role. Critters are on the extreme. They're either extraordinarily nice or the opposite.
It's almost like some of them miss the point of don't forget to love each other.
Ooh. Yeah. I would also say I guess the Mario fandom, and that's freaking rude for no gosh darn Mario and Peter Pan. Who besides my friend Az is out here repping Peter Pan like that? I just don't understand. Like,
the only Peter Pan stan I know is like
Diana?
Super Dylan. Yeah.
Yeah, them and Az. I'm like, who? I was like, Tinkerbell, and they were like, you know what? If you did this, it'd be so much better. Okay, thank you. And then the Mario one too.
Well, I've got theories about Mario fans, and I'm gonna keep it to myself before I get my stupid ass canceled.
It just felt very like, why is this black person in this cosplay? And I was like, oh. Because I want it to be. I'll turn into anyone. You can't stop me.
Do it.
It just kind of just to rewind just a second. Black people also took Star Fox. All right, we can continue.
You know
Fox,
what?
Slippy the Toad, Captain Falcon.
Yes, Toad for real. I think that some of this boldness, I'm just gonna blame her, even though I don't think it was really her, is Scarlett Johansson playing Asian women all the time. I think because of that, everyone's like, you know what? So can I. And I'm gonna take it to every other like minority group ever. And I'm like, you just emboldened them.
Ooh, what have you done?
What have you done? Ooh. ScarJo just not violent.
Falco is Latino. Sorry, not sorry. You know what? I see it. I see it. All right, so here's my next question. How do you ask this question without being a creep?
Huh?
There are some. No, hold on, relax. No, just give me a second. I'm okay. Here we go. Ready? I feel like there are some cosplays that have been taken and sexualized to the point where I think genuine cosplays that do it have to deal with the repercussions of that. And I feel like Velma is one of those characters. I feel like Velma has been extraordinarily sexualized in the last couple of years. As a cosplayer, do you have does that make sense? What I'm asking?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
And that's why I was just like, I want to ask this without being a creep, because it's just like, so Velma's sexy, right? Like it's not.
No,
that.
you
It's
approach
just
that.
like,
You approach that appropriately. You're good.
Oh yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And you're right too. Yeah. I literally on Twitch yesterday saw a sexy Velma, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep scrolling. But yeah, I think it affects things. I have noticed that whenever I post Velma, it's viral every single time. But I think it's because everyone's like, Velma's hot now. So, and people will say that in the comments. They're like, woo! Like memes and emojis are like, ooh, Velma. And I'm like, y'all, the tatas are covered. The curves are hidden.
I would like to argue that Velma has always been hot. But anyway.
Yes. But y'all they're trying to give her like the Daphne hotness. I'm like, no, Velma's hotness is standalone.
I feel like they completely missed the point of that. Like,
There's two different kinds of hot.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, Velma has that hot academia look,
Hot librarian look.
Yeah,
exactly. And so I think my question was, have there been any characters that you genuinely wanted to do, but because of how the trend with that character is, you're just like, you know what? I don't want to call. I don't want to.
Why don't you do right? Just like a rabbit.
Fair.
But I made this realization. I made this realization the other night that if I do cosplay her, yes, I will get some thirst people, but I can also double that dress to be the fairy godmother from Shrek 2. So, it's hard to like steer away from your dreams. But yeah, so like her, for instance, I just know, because when I did my Bowsette cosplay, there was some thirsting because I was just in a leotard, just hello, how's it going? And everyone's like, that funny light skin, like,
Hey girl, hey, what you doing?
And I was like, please, I'm ace. I'm asexual, please.
Jessica Rabbit and Lady D crossover costume.
Everyone has said they want me to do Lady D because, the boobs. And I was like, should I give people that thirst trap content? I don't know.
My favorite is the one person who's just like, you're all commenting on the boobs. You know what? Pulls out fake boobs. Have them!
Someone was like, they're not real. It's like, of course they were fake. I agree. That's so funny.
I just got the mental image of Jessica Rabbit and Lady D doing the fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z, and it is hilarious. This is what I wish I could draw, because that was she has to reach all the way down because she's so tall. How tall is Jessica Rabbit? The thing
she's tall though, right?
Is she? I thought she was short.
Maybe this was Roger, but I think she's tall.
Are we Googling this? Is this going into your Google search history? Your FBI
my poor
agent must be so
FBI
confused.
agent. She's 6'1"? Okay, well.
My gay panic as a child.
Mood. Yep.
I was just like, oh. Oh no, they're both taller than me. Oh no.
I remember like thinking back and everyone's like, which fictional boy did you like when you were a kid? And they like have this list and I'm like, none of them.
Oh, your voice. None of them.
And then like they show the women in that same thing. I'm like, yep, here it is.
That's the one.
These
officer.
are the things that I realized later in my life when I realized I was bi. Is like, oh shit, no, I never had crushes on any of the guys from these things, except for Kobe from The Lion King for some reason. What the fuck?
But everyone. If you didn't like Kovu, red flag. Red flag.
It's true.
Red flag.
So, like, I'm kind of going through my childhood crushes, and I'm starting to realize that I always like queer women. like women that would have no interest. just like Velma, Willow. Yeah.
Phoenix Walkie, thank you so much for that raid.
Buddy.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. So, my next question to you. If you had unlimited funds, somebody's just like, you got an angel investor, they're like, we want to see you go buck wild and make whatever cosplays you want. You got to make 3 of them. Unlimited funds. What characters you picking?
Ooh.
You could even pay a staff to help you make it.
Think about this. Oh Lord, there's so many possibilities. What have you done?
Now you get choice paralysis.
I really do. If I can do anyone?
If it helps, I can tell you which 3 I would pick for myself.
Please, there's just so many. Please
Okay.
do.
I would pick Punisher War Machine, like have the Punisher War Machine suit. I would pick Orin from Final Fantasy X because he is the GOAT. And then I would probably pick Virgil from Devil May Cry 5.
I would probably do. I really like Armor, so I feel like I would do like a remix of Tiana and Armor. Because I want to do Tiana anyways. Maybe I should just do that. Anyways. Tiana and Armor, I think I would definitely... I don't know how to explain this character. Does anyone watch Inuyasha?
Yes.
Inuyasha! Kagome! Inuyasha! Kagome!
I would probably, this is gonna sound so gross, but that like hag lady who made Kikyo come back to life, I would become her, but I would build her like little tub cauldron thingy, and I would just push it around with me and be like, "Bring up the dead." So I'd be her, and then I think that I would maybe choose like some sort of like Gundam character, just for the build, And I want to make it one of those like really long, tall ones that I have to use like stilts for. So like, yeah, so I can be like 8 feet tall.
So
and I'd make it pink.
I always feel bad for people in conventions that have the stilt costumes because they look amazing, but I'm like, inside you must be suffering. You need
to have like a handler with you. If you haven't installed fans, it's a nightmare.
Oh God, it's a lot.
You could probably do like a good if you wanted to do a robot. If you wanted to go all out with a pink robot, you could do RC from the Transformers. And then you get someone
That's
to
what
do
I said.
The one where you like actually can fold down into the vehicle.
That's what I said. I want to be Bumblebee.
Yes.
I want to be Bumblebee. But yeah, you're right. Because like, so Bree and I have known each other for like 8 years. And so Bree's been like my handler a few times, and even they struggle being the handler. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I just
It's
oof.
hard.
The worst is when you're like walking through a con and a whole bunch of people simultaneously recognize your cosplay and traffic gets stopped so they can take pictures.
Yes, it's awful. I had like this giant hoop skirt for my Rose Sports cosplay, and I was walking through the con, and I'm like, listen, if you're touching my arm, that means you're in my business because the dress was like far out.
Yeah.
So people would just like come and still swarm me. And I'm like, y'all are like in my bubble,
This is
and
a
I can't
bubble.
also can't walk. Yeah, I was like, I can't walk. Do y'all know how much hip space I have right now?
That's that leads into a whole other series of questions I had ready for you, which is conventions as a cosplayer. I'm sorry. But let's get into it. First off, are any of your costumes comfortable? That's the first thing I feel like I need to ask every cosplayer. It's just like, are any of them, like, I feel like cosplay is suffering.
It's suffering. I have an advantage though, you know, because I was in theater, you know, so I'm used to it, right? But Hinata is comfortable.
Oh yeah.
I made that one comfortable specifically. I made the jacket so I can wear it during winter and summer, and it's sometimes I just wear it on stream. It's so comfy.
But are the contacts comfy though?
You get used to it.
Yeah, you get used to contacts after a little bit, especially the
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you get used to it. I
used
think
to
it's
it and
like
comfortable are
hair
not the same thing. You're right, Bo.
in the mouth.
Oh yeah. Heck, see, I want to give cosplayers cattle prods to enforce personal space.
I do too.
Please.
Because there's
I got hit on by Kakashi's as Hinata, and I was like, this is not working out.
have a good one, Lauren. Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, Lauren.
I there's something that happens at conventions that always breaks my heart, which is you see a cosplayer in an amazing costume and you can tell that they're finally getting a rest, like they're sitting and they're panting and they're sucking on a water bottle for dear life, and it's just like they've gone 12 rounds with Tyson, and it's just like you just feel bad for them. And then a little kid walks up to him and like
You gotta turn it on.
they suck it up, become the character, and take the picture. And as soon as that picture is over, the swarm. And it's just like I've watched it happen, and I'm just like, no, not like this.
Not like
Like this.
yes, that happened to me. I think this little kid cosplaying, ironically, Ren from Inuyasha, and like I took a picture with their family, and I turn around, and this was before I had like 1,000 followers. Suddenly, people who actually followed me were right behind me. I was like, "How do you even know me? How are you here?" And they were all just like, "Photo?" And I'm like, "Okay." It's hard.
Resting
I'm
bitch
also
face
grumpy.
comes in handy for friends who cosplay so they can have a break. No, she's taking a break. You are not 5.
Oh my gosh, my face is always like, so everyone thinks I can go up to them. I'm like, yeah, you can, because I'm not going to tell you no, but like, please don't.
Like, I feel like as a community, we come up with shorthand for so much shit, right? Like, you know, the LFG, look for group, like all this kind of shorthand and signals and things where we kind of understand the meaning without having to communicate. I think there's a bit of toxicity in the sense that there has been no shorthand created for cosplayers, where it's just like, if you see this, that means fuck off. And like, I don't know how a community goes about creating that. And you know, and the bar is so terribly fucking low for people at conventions that every time I see a sign that's just like cosplay does not equal consent, it's just like, why do we gotta tell people that? Like, so it's just like the bar is so terribly low that I feel like as a community, as a convention going community, we need to have a real talk about creating a shorthand or a language or some kind of sign or signal so that you don't get fucking swarmed by people. Because it I laugh like not like this, but it truly is kind of heartbreaking because it's just like it, at some point cosplayers are gotta tell the kids no too, because people are taking advantage, and that sucks. So I mean, I don't know. I say all that to say I have no solutions. It's just that's the thought every time I see that in the community.
The idea that I always go with is if they're walking the floor, you can always ask, but then respect them if they say no. If they're sitting down, don't fuck with them.
Yeah, that come on. Like if someone's sitting, leave them alone.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard for me because not only do I have social anxiety, I'm also agoraphobic. So if I left my house to be here, this is already too much.
This is a lot. I'm probably gonna go to my hotel and pass out after this.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is a lot, y'all. This is a lot. So I don't know. I think so too. I think the one good thing from the LARP community is that we have signatures and things like that people can do. I think it would start with con runners, implementing that.
Like and that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know, maybe some kind of signage or something on the badge where if this is the side that's flipped up, fuck off. like literally, I feel like cons should offer a no pictures right now sign or something that cosplayers
kind of like
can
the different
use
colored leashes for dogs. Sounds a little bit mean or weird. I don't know. That sounded better in my head.
Well, I mean, but also the thing is, you have to have something that compensates for every kind of cosplay. So I feel like the con that does that first is going to be the con that really helps out, because I mean the thing is, people come to these conventions for the panels and whatnot, but also a lot of people are coming for the cosplays, and so you have to protect the thing that's bringing you money.
Yeah.
And that's cosplayers. Yeah. And throwing up a sign that says cosplay is not consent is not enough. We need to forge the culture to protect people, because I mean the thing is, I've met a lot of cosplayers who are in these really elaborate, beautiful and sexy costumes, but just because they're bright and colorful and sexy does not mean that that's their personality. So we need, I know a lot of introverted people that are playing characters that are definitely not introverted. So I feel like helping them out, especially in a social situation where they're dealing with droves of people, because that's terrifying.
Yeah, that's scary.
Having 15 or 20 people coming at you all at once trying to get your attention, or some people I'm not a cosplayer, just a huge nerd, and I've seen this, and every time I see it, I want to punch people, and I'm sorry if I'm ranting or I'm not trying to talk over anybody.
No, you're good.
One of the things that I've seen that is really upsetting, I've seen guys just kind of put their arm around
people. Yes, it's happened, and they don't even wear deodorant. So
for a picture, that shit right there.
You're too close.
Shit right there.
No touching, please.
One, you didn't ask. One, you didn't ask. Two, they don't know you. They don't know your intentions. And 4, you might not have put on deodorant, dude. Come on.
They never
showered
do.
today?
They never do.
Have you put deodorant on?
Probably not. God. This flashback. This guy who's dressed up as Grimjow Jaggerjack from Bleach, and just put his arm around me, and it's slithered on my back, and the sweat dripping off of this man. I was like, okay, I'm kind of a germaphobe too, so the fact that their warm sweat was dripping onto my back made me want to cry. And then he just held me so tight, and he also didn't have deodorant. And I was like, thank you. My shoulder will smell like your pit for the rest of the day.
Yeah, so
Fine.
I
have been swarmed once and it was a bad time.
But also, oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's also like a thing now where a lot of people who are cosplayers will go to cons to be seen. So because we've made this culture of like, well, we have to be seen in order for like numbers to grow, we feel like we're forced to let this swarm happen to us, because we're like, if people don't want to take your picture and they don't share it, then you won't go viral, and then you won't have like the possibility of making this your career, and it's just like so toxic.
Yeah, I just it's all very uncomfortable. I'm speaking mainly from the experience of having dated somebody that was in cosplay once. And, you know, when you see somebody that you care about dealing with this kind of shit, it sticks with you. And it's just like, it really wouldn't be hard to do better. But I don't feel like there's any interest in doing better, because everything works as it is, and that it's not working is the thing. And like, I'm not going to name the con, but I will say, convention security is for shit generally. Slow to react, not really paying attention, and kind of more focused on who hasn't taken it, who doesn't. So it's just like so in the sight of someone being swarmed is so common that they don't flinch. I don't know what the solution is. Yeah. It's just like it's not great.
Though I will say that, and before the signs went up, for the cosplay is not consent signs, before those signs went up, it was a lot worse. Because not even just for cosplay, my friend got followed through a convention because she had a Dragon Ball Z keychain.
Yeah. Why are dudes like this? Like, why? I swear I feel like I'm on the losing team. Just like, don't be a...
This dude followed her around until someone at a comic booth took notice. Because it was like the third time that she passed him, she started to do a loop. And the guy was like, hey, you like old school comics, don't you, buddy? He's like, no, I don't know. You like old school comics, buddy. Come over here. You're being a creep. Cut it the fuck out. And
yeah, that's actually happened to me before. It's so creepy.
Yeah, so fellas, if you see some weird shit going down, the onus is on you to make it stop. Like, and don't address them, address him. You know, don't address the person being followed, because that just makes you somebody else following that person.
It's the TikTok audio. Don't look at him, look at me. He can't help you.
Don't look at him. Look at me. But enough of the sad and dramatic stuff. I do love something that you brought up, which is the idea of doing cosplay professionally, which has been taking off more and more these days. I mentioned before that you do cosplay commissions. Is this something that's new for you, or have you been doing cosplay commissions for a while?
I would say cosplay commissions maybe only like 2 years, and it was usually just for like friends and things like that. Commissions overall much longer, just because, you know, I did things for theater, and that's just kind of I think it's where it all began, was the theatre.
We're all theater kids. Like, I swear to God, everybody that I talk to.
Yeah. I got that degree.
All that money.
Oh, you got a degree in theater. Okay, so you're more committed than everybody else is.
I don't want to talk about it.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. But so not too long, but like costuming is definitely like my thing.
Sorry, I have food.
Yes, we will never front on food.
America runs on wait, we're not sponsored. America runs on nothing.
We're sponsored by Found Familiar Coffee.
Oh, America runs on Found Familiar Coffee.
And Stoneheart runs on Duncan. Anyway, it's a character joke. Anyway, and not a good one. So armor making. Let's get into it because
Let's talk about it.
I want to learn so bad.
Yeah.
How did you figure out how to make armor? And did you use evil foam and like the heat gun and all that stuff?
Yeah. How did I figure out how to do this? I did. Oh, Jessica Nigri. So a lot of people like see her and they're just like, she just does titty cosplays. I'm like, no. She's a brilliant cosplayer. You should really look her up. She even has videos.
I know Jessica Nigri.
Yes, she admits they're not the best tutorials, but she's so funny. But I just watch people do something and then I do it. That's all I can explain it. I've always been that kid. I'm like, oh, someone's doing this. I'm like a replicator. I don't know how to explain it.
You're a cosplay sorcerer is how I would describe it. They're a cosplay wizard and then they're cosplay sorcerers. You just get it. You don't have to like read about it.
Well, I would also say I spent a lot of time in the scene shop, making sets.
Okay.
So I just know my way around a power tool. So I think that's also it. So I do use EVA foam like Warbler and like Dremels and things like that. So, but if you're really wanting to like make armor, Noir, contact cement. You need a box cutter, a really good sharp box cutter, and contact cement. That's what you need. Because contact cement, once it's dried down, you stick it together, it'll never come apart, ever. So don't use hot glue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And foam does crack, so that's why you would use Warbler at times instead of foam. But Warbler's more expensive. So like a
Warbler is similar to Sintra, right?
thermoplastic, yeah. And they stick to itself, so you don't need adhesive for Warbler, which is amazing. But like a 12x12 sheet is like $30.
It's so expensive.
So, and a whole foam thing of like 36 by 60 is only like $12 to $20. So
I'm kicking myself for getting rid of the Sintra when I moved that I had. Because I had some massive sheets because I used to work in print and it's used all the time for signage, like for boards, like sandwich signs and that sort of thing. So I had a whole crap ton of it that was like just scrap that nobody wanted. And I'm just like, I'm going to turn this into armor. And then I never did and I got rid of it.
Oh no. You know, it takes patience. If you're not a patient person, you get angry easily.
Collecting craft supplies and actually crafting with them are two different hobbies.
Yes. What's that face, Noir? Are you like, I don't have patience?
I don't have patience, that made me sad. I'm the kind of guy that, like, okay, so I tried to do peppercura in high school, and that just never took off. Like, I'm just cutting and folding and cutting and folding. Was I supposed to fold here? Fuck! Like,
you're like, I'm done.
Yeah, so I'm just like, you know what? Looks like Papa's getting a 3D printer. So, we'll call it even that way. Bringing up Jessica Nigri, I have that brings to mind another question, which is, I like that you had to clarify, like, you know, Jessica Nigri is brilliant, and you know the fact that she's
brilliant,
had all these cosplays, and she is like promoted herself into being a name. Like, she has been on everything, and the same thing with Yaya and all these other cosplayers. And I find that people you know, when they're brought up, people have to be like, oh yeah, they're amazing, they're smart, and they're all this kind of stuff. And I think by virtue of where they landed, that should be sign enough that they're kind of brilliant. But I think that the fact that they're like, you know, insanely hot or they show boobs,
I can get
that
into
makes
that.
people immediately think like, oh, they're a dummy. Like I'm
No, it's true.
I'm keeping it a buck.
It
And
makes you so
like
mad.
I have to ask you that question. I have to ask you the question, like, you have insanely hot pictures of you in cosplay. Does that diminish what people like? Do you feel like the comments that you get in the pictures that are like clearly insanely hot versus like the ones that are just like I'm showcasing, the costume and the talent and everything. I feel like there's a difference in the photos. I don't know like technicality or intent, but like on the ones that would be more traditionally received as spicy. God, I'm the worst interviewer ever.
Spice.
And the pictures that are more received as spicy, do people like belittle you because, oh wow, you're attractive, so that must mean that you're not also smart? Does that? I'm not sure if my question here is making sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
No, yeah. I
Do you
would
feel
say
your skills? I think that the way that what you're trying to go at it is, do you feel that the skills that you have are devalued because of the attractiveness of the cosplay?
There it is.
Absolutely.
That's why you're the smart host.
Just
No,
listen
but,
and talk occasionally.
absolutely. I do. I feel like those. So first of all, thank you for calling me extremely hot. But second, I think
Facts,
that
though.
I've noticed that followers who have no shame in like letting me know that they find me attractive. I feel, which is strange. Not that they said it, but like. But anyways, I find that like some of them do treat me like I'm an airhead in some respects. Like I don't think that they're trying to, but they definitely do. And this is one of the things. First of all, Jessica Nigri is like my favorite cosplayer. Like brilliant, funny, creative, just favorite. And so when I see people treat her that way and then treat me that way, I'm like, oh, I see the connection there is because you find me attractive and you think I'm stupid. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm also a goofy person, kind of like, I think that's why. But I'm like, no, me being goofy, just because you think I'm pretty and funny doesn't mean that I'm stupid. It just means that you're wrong. I don't know.
It
So
could
yeah,
also,
they do.
It could also be a combination of the fact that you are conventionally attractive and competent in a fandom that is predominantly dominated by men.
I was just called conventionally attractive, and I want that on the record.
Please, you're hot as hell.
What's happening today?
I mean, the reason that I asked this is because I kind of notice, when I see other people in situations that I know that I won't ever be in, like, nobody's gonna like thirst follow, me for a cosplay picture, but I can relate to like
I would.
it's people who shut up. I can relate to people like, I've had people who've only heard my voice and then they see me and they're like, oh, I thought you're a white guy. And like the second they reveal that, then the way they talk to me is different. Once they learn that I'm not what they thought. So it's just like I feel like the way people initially receive you colors how they treat you, despite who you actually are, and I just kind of wanted to relate to that.
I'm just gonna
absolutely.
say, for the fact that you said that no one's going to thirst follow you, I'm going to point to the sexy back Captain Ben Sisko cosplay that you did a couple months ago.
We don't need that on record. We can just let that go. So anyway,
On record. It's on record.
Oh Jesus, no. I was very high that day. Not gonna lie.
Doesn't mean you're not hot. Bo, I also literally have a simp account for you.
Anyway, well, I had a question in mind and y'all fucked that up for me. Thank you. Here's the question. The other thing that I have that especially with film presenting creators who are ace. Once people discover that you're an ace, that you're ace, not you're an ace, Jesus Christ. Once people discover that you're ace, do you notice a different in treatment, especially in the cosplay community, which I feel has a lot of toxic guys in there that are just there to thirst, and not necessarily respectfully, because you can thirst respectfully, folks. And
I do.
I do as well. It's just like you support, and you drink with your pinky out. That's how you do it. And you don't comment anything that you wouldn't say in front of your mom.
You drink the respect women juice and you shut the fuck up.
Yes! That was the one.
Thirst respectfully, Hippo Farms. Don't forget to get your Hippo Farms and your Respect Women juice mugs at the Critical Misses merch store.
These products exist. This isn't a bit. We've made them.
Oh, guess I have to click this link here. What was your question, though?
my question was, being in the cosplay community where we have a lot of people that are there to thirst, do you notice a difference in reception once they learn that you're ace?
I guess I should clarify. I mostly, so with my asexuality, I'm always like out about it. I'm like, more specifically, y'all, I'm on the demi spectrum of the asexuality. I think that when they hear asexual, it does tend to be different. But once they hear that I'm demi, they still think that there's like this chance, because they're like, oh, so we just need to be friends first, eh? And I'm like,
Christ.
As a fellow demisexual.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I guess. I'm like,
I just think of that scene in Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, listen, like, I am what I am. But I feel like that sometimes has happened. I feel like me being like, hey, y'all, I'm actually a demigirl. I'm on the non-binary spectrum. I feel like that actually had more of an
effect.
Like, yeah, more of an effect.
I don't understand that.
I don't know if it was negative or positive or both. Positive.
Yeah.
I feel like it was more positive, and no, not positive. I'm so confused. I'm confusing myself. It's not positive like yay, but it was more like I got more thirst trap people, and I'm like, that's strange. Like, why does me telling you I'm she they suddenly make you want to go, that Piper, and they're like, and I'm like, that seems a little fetishy, but whatever,
I think I've noticed a lot of times with cis het guys, because I am one and I talk to them. A lot of the times they see the she and the she they and completely ignore the they, which is a problem. They look at pronouns like a menu and not someone's identity. So it's just like, oh, she is on the menu, we're good to go. And that's not what it's about, y'all. Like, that's
I hate my brain.
What did I do?
To the orcs in Lord of the Rings. Looks like she's back on the menu, boys.
I mean, listen, chat, listen. I'm not saying don't thirst. I'm just saying thirst respectfully. Like, you can be like, Piper, you're hot, and I will be like, you're wrong, but thank you. Like, keep the comments coming. We all
want that. We all want that sweet validation, even though we'll fight you viscerally when you give it to us.
Yeah, I'm like, please compliment me, but also don't. But like, continue.
Compliment me, but don't perceive me.
Yes.
Compliment me, but be ready for the battle that ensues once you do.
Hey, Noir,
Yes?
you're looking really good today.
Hey, whoa.
Aww.
Knock it off.
You do have a great smile.
It's true.
So there's something that Halfling Nick mentioned in chat that I kind of wanted to bring up, which is they state that I've seen cosplay fans that think they own the women, think that they own femme cosplayers and flip the F out when they get a partner like they had a chance and now they don't. I think this is beyond the cosplay community. I think this is in nerddom in general. The sentiment of, oh, she's married, or oh, they have a partner, that sucks, you know. I like, in fact, I think that's beyond nerddom. I think that's something in our society and something in our culture that we really need to examine, because if you take a look at what that kind of represents in the people that are saying it kind of feels like no matter the distance, no matter how much they don't know that person, they still have a expectation of ownership. Like, I could bang Rihanna if only I met her one day.
Please.
Like,
Please.
my guy. let
Please.
me tell you something. No.
I think that it's because cosplayers and Twitch streamers and anyone that has an online presence that is specifically online and online based.
Oh, get off that account.
Anybody that has an online presence people develop almost these parasocial relationships because we share so much of our online life or our offline life with the online people that they think that at a certain point they are entitled to be a part of that life.
Yeah. You're right. That's exactly what it is. And I'm just like, listen, yo, calm down. Like, go touch some grass, please. Because I don't know. And lucky me, you know, I've never had a relationship like that before. So I'm like, I don't have to deal with that. But I'm also too lazy to have a relationship, I really feel like. But also, but I've seen it. Like, there's this cosplayer I follow, and every year she posts about her anniversary, and she drops always about 10,000 followers on Instagram every single time.
Jesus Christ.
And she always goes, you know, peace. Like, had to remind y'all to get the heck out if you're like that.
Can I just say, like, to the guys that are doing this thinking that it's funny, or just to the people in general that are doing that kind of thing where they act bummed out when, you know, somebody online or some celebrity gets married, or they think that, you know what, oh, there's no chance, let me unfollow. Like, I want you to think about the fact that if there ever was a chance for you to end up with that person, you're showing that you don't even have the capacity for empathy enough to be happy that they're happy. And that immediately takes you out of the running. If you can't look at somebody that goes, hey, I have a partner and I'm pretty happy, they make me happy, and they make it so that I can more easily provide the content that makes you happy. If you can't look at that and go, you know what?
Good for you.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Then I got news for you, friendo. You never had a shot.
The thing is like, you don't want me, you want what you can do with me.
Woo! Jesus. Ugh. You had
Am I wrong?
You had the dab on him on that one. Like, it's really messed up. It's really messed up. Because, you know, yeah, they want is what they want to do to people, and I challenge anybody here who has like an internet crush or something like that to like partake in content that they created that's not about the thing that you love most about them. That's the challenge that I have for you. If you got a cosplayer that you are crushing on, listen to a podcast that they're on. If you've got like Instagram model that you like, read a blog that they wrote. Just like
Engage with their other forms other than the specific content that you're...
exactly.
Yep.
The other thing that I've noticed too is that as soon as you post a political opinion,
Oh,
but don't you know you should just stick to cosplay. You should just stick to this.
All,
You should just stick
are you getting
to
political? I'm black
just
in
stick-
America. What do you mean?
you should just stick to the content that I like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wild. All I said the other day, was it yesterday? All I said was, hey, John Boyega, being unverified from Twitter and also being
That's
now
fucked.
labeled as like hard to work with out of the blue after standing up against racism is wrong. Lost followers. And I'm like, I feel like y'all are, how do I say it? Racist and confused. Because why are we on my page? Because I'm always loud about this kind of stuff. I'm confusion. Like,
my favorite thing is like the followers who have to announce their departure as though that is the dagger in the heart
bye.
of the creator that they're leaving. Like, I wanted you to know that I've been following you since you started, and I have been a devout follower, and I've supported you, but this is a step too far. I can't believe you're saying what you're saying, and you leave me with no other option but to leave. You've lost a good follower today. And
You
I'm just
who have never interacted with me or my content, other than to say this one thing, are leaving?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, listen. What'd you do? Oh my god, you liked a couple photos. And when there's other people who like, those people who follow you that you actually like see and you recognize, I'm like, those people I'd be much sadder to lose. You, on the other hand, who are you? Like the Sphinx roll.
Hit him with
Cool person.
the Star-Lord. Who?
Who? I'm a bird. Who?
To you toxic people that do this, I'm gonna help you out. I'm going to tell you how to hurt the content creators that have pissed you off by stating political stuff. So the first thing that you're gonna want to do is that you're gonna want to draft your "I'm leaving, I'm not following you" tweet to them, right? And then you're gonna want to find their merch store. And I need you to spend about $2,000. That'll work. Just about $2,000. And then I need you to buy the merch, right? And then I want you to go to their coffee and then spend maybe another $2,000 supporting them, right? Sign up for their Patreon. Stick around for 2 months, right? And then after the 2 months, after you supported them via coffee and you bought $2,000 worth of their merch, then you send that tweet like, "I'm leaving." Then they'll be like,
hurt.
oof, that hurts. That hurts. But unless you do that, your tweet of "I'm leaving," I'll be all right.
Like Sphinx just said, I know you didn't know I was ever here, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm leaving and I'm not coming back.
Bump that up to 4K Noir. Look, I am powerful broke right now. So like the 2K would be enough for me. I'd cry. I'm like, you know what? Do all lives matter? No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just kidding.
You know what? Suddenly, blackfishing's not so bad.
You know what? Maybe I was wrong. Like, let's review. Like, we want to make America great again. You know what? Maybe I can see the value.
What's wrong with being great?
I'm just gonna retreat. This is now Noir Show. Have fun.
No, don't leave me by myself. I'll get canceled.
Just let me know when I need to end the stream. I think on that note, it might be a good time for us to take a quick 10-minute break.
Leave the frame? Yes.
Yep.
We did leave the frame. That was all on Noir. You're welcome.
Don't leave me alone. If you want to donate to keep me from turning it, if you want to donate to me to keep me from turning into a MAGA moron, my coffee is on my pinned tweet. Save me from becoming a fascist. Donate before the fascists do. That's gonna be my tagline.
You know, he's a little unhinged. He's never got his 40 acres.
You know what? And I can really use a mule right now. So whoever gets to me first, maybe.
In the chat.
I'm ready to sell out, folks. Who's buying?
Highest bidder.
Let's go.
We're gonna take a quick 10-minute break to refresh our drinks, do bios, do human things. You all should probably do the same. We'll talk to you soon. We'll be back with the dark roast.
Look, depending on who donates, we might be doing a Why Ben Shapiro is right segment after this.
You know what? Maybe the WAP is a little too much. Maybe.
I'll see you all in about 10 minutes.
I love y'all. I'm just.
Hey everybody, we're back.
Oh.
Hey,
Hi, everyone.
what's that fine ass man you were talking about?
I can't remember his name. The one who played the gorilla tribe king and
he played
Baku, I think.
M'Baku? Oh,
M'Baku.
Winston
M'Baku.
He
Duke.
plays the
Duke Winston.
Winston Duke.
Winston Duke.
Winston.
We should catch you all up while we were on break.
Hi.
We were talking. No, it's fine. That's what the show is. We were talking about we were talking about Tom Hiddleston for a while there.
It's my new favorite MCU theory.
Please elaborate, mate.
Yes.
So, if you look through the movies, you'll see that there are certain points in time in which Tom Hiddleston's eyebrows are not filled in. Yes, Tom Hiddleston is hot.
Oh my god.
But there are certain parts in certain MCU films that the makeup artist either neglected to fill in Tom Hiddleston's eyebrows or, something happened. But I love fans and I love fandom because someone came up with a theory as to why this is the way that it is. It's because it's a reflection of Loki's status. The first Thor movie, they're nice and dark and filled in because he is living it up. He's a prince. He's in a position of power and status and that sort of thing. The Avengers movie comes around. His eyebrows are not filled in because, he's living hard with Chitauri for a little bit. He's not able to take care of himself or get the appropriate brow pencils on that asteroid. In the second Thor movie, he's in a prison cell for a lot of it, so eyebrow pencils are kind of still out of the question. And then in Thor Ragnarok, he's living another affluent lifestyle. And so his eyebrows are filled in again.
I hate that somebody took the time to think this through so completely and thoroughly.
Listen. When you look at Tom Hiddleston as much as I do, you start to notice certain things. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Tom Hiddleston's hot. Okay. This is respectful thirsting. I'm not gonna go up to Tom Hiddleston and be like, oh, it's Tom. I'm. That's weird. But he is attractive, and whether you think he's physically attractive or not, he is, at least personality-wise, attractive. So if you don't think so, red flag.
When you lose your eyebrows, when you lose your status, not necessarily. It's just that you don't necessarily have the privilege or the access to get the things that you need in order to take care of yourself.
Remember, kids, you're not ugly. You just don't have money.
Can we talk about something that happened this week with Tom Hiddleston and Loki?
Yeah, what was that about? I missed that.
Slight spoiler alert for the latest episode of Loki. Have we all here watched it?
I haven't, but please go on.
I'm not gonna terribly spoil anything, but it's official in Marvel MCU canon now that Loki is bisexual. The character came out and said
bisexual, gender fluid.
Yes, Loki is officially in MCU canon, gender fluid and bisexual.
It's everything my heart wanted in Pride Month.
There was backlash about it, and I don't understand it. Just fundamentally, I just don't get it. One, Loki in original Norse mythology, well, fuck the horse. So
yeah, that's the first thing I thought about.
Technically, the horse fucked him.
Ouch.
I love you, babe.
Because that's where Sleipnir comes from.
Yep. So it's just I don't understand who could be mad about it, because the character being bisexual in the minds of these heathens should mean that everybody has a chance. So why is anybody upset?
Didn't we already know this?
So many white supremacists have co-opted Norse mythology without looking too closely at Norse mythology.
Oh my God, those Viking dude bros who were like, oh, I'm such a Viking, and then like, yes, praise Odin. I'm like, you know nothing about Norse mythology.
Odin doesn't claim you.
You know nothing about Norse mythology. Like, nothing at all.
I can't do that. I was born to it because I'm not actually that kind of white.
I was born to call out the dude bros.
I wasn't molded by them.
I didn't see the boob of a woman until I was already a man.
And by then it was nothing to me but blinding.
I could go on about Batman, about how I don't like Batman. I'm only there for the villains.
Okay, can we just...
Are we gonna talk about this?
Batman is just a cop. And as we all know, all cops are bastards.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I never liked Batman. You know why I like the villains? Because one, they're like always interesting. Okay, my opinion, DC has better villains, Marvel has better superheroes. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna put that out there into the universe. We can discuss if we want.
Okay,
but
I agree. But here's what I will say. I believe that DC has better supervillains because their heroes are too weak to deal with them. I'm going, like...
That's fair.
The Joker would be a month-long problem at most in the Marvel Universe. The Joker is taken care of in an afternoon by the Punisher.
They would overkill. They would overkill the Joker in the Marvel Universe. Blast him, and everyone's like...
What was the thing that I heard is like, if Batman... The reason why Batman shows this portion of his face is so that cops can see that he's white.
Okay. That's... Okay. So, the comics tried to explain the face window. One of the Batman issues I read tried
Comics
to
also tried to explain the boob window, but how'd that work out for them?
The reasoning that they gave for why Batman shows his face is so that he can taunt his opponents. So that they can see that they don't bother him. He doesn't smile. He doesn't grimace. He just is Batman.
Oh my God, he does grimace. What are they talking about?
Right. Well, that's the way that like the comics is playing it. Like one of the things that infuriates the Joker about Batman is he can't make Batman smile, and Lord. Nobody taunts their villains better than Spider-Man.
Yes!
And you can't see Spider-Man's face. And like that whole argument, it doesn't pan out with me.
It doesn't work.
My favorite thing
because also
that the Ultimate Comics ever did, my favorite thing the Ultimate Comics ever did was justifying the reason why it's banter. It's because it's fucking nervous laughter. He has to make the jokes because he's so scared all the time.
Also, the Batman thing doesn't make sense because Batman literally had his mask before the Joker. Like, if you go back to the whole, like, getting pushed into the vat of acid thing, is like, Batman literally was already Batman, but it's fine. But also, like, can we talk about Spidey in the comics though? Like real Spider-Man, the sarcastic butthole that he actually is.
I love Spider-Man with my whole heart.
I will say Tom Holland, I think, is my favorite like live action Spider-Man, but we could have.
So I have a take. In this may be an unpopular take, but I'm gonna stick by it. I don't like the MCU Spider-Man because the MCU Spider-Man is a whitewashed Miles Morales. Everything about Tom Holland's Spider-Man is Miles' story. Going into a Institute for Geniuses, that's Miles. Miles' best friend Genki is literally the exact same best friend character that he has. Like everything about Tom Holland's Spider-Man is Miles Morales. So that begs the question when it's time, because it has to happen. When it's time for Miles to come into the MCU, he has nothing. He has and Marvel's like trying to be slick, like, oh, we've set up Miles Morales because Donald Glover or Childish Gambino is the Prowler. But it's just like, that's the one aspect of his story that he has. And I just, I'm a little torn up about it. I like when he's Peter Parker. Uh-oh.
I swear to Christ.
Me too. I felt that.
What?
I felt that in my soul.
What is going on over there?
This asshole has decided
just
to
be
attack
wildin'.
his sister.
Look at him.
He's
so
like,
mad
I'm still
right
mad.
now. He's so
still
big
mad.
Shame him in front of the internet. Shame him.
Did you hiss, sir?
The cat has
He doesn't
Spider-Man.
hiss, he squeaks. It's weird.
Look, he's so mad.
You can stay big mad at me. This is...
Oh.
Fucker.
Little chunky butt. So cute.
You need a water bottle.
Oh my God. I had my first cat before she passed. You could spray her and she would still like stare you dead in the face. Like, you think this hurts me? You think this is gonna stop me? Ah!
You know what, I gotta tell you, there is nothing scarier than when you pull out a water bottle and the cat stares you down and then you spray them and they just lick the water. Like, it's just like, oh, we dealing with a whole we dealing with a BC.
She was one of those, I sprayed her, it like hit her chest and she did not break eye contact. Didn't even look at it. I was like, oh my God. She was bad. She used to. You make her mad, she'll poop in your shoes. You'll find it.
Ooh,
You'll find it.
Cats are so spiteful, so spiteful. I swear to God.
I yelled at her one day. I swear, I woke up and she was like, dead ass. Like her face was right next to mine, and then I felt a warmth, and I was like, did she just pee on me?
I'm back.
Welcome back, babe.
We're just talking about cats. That's all.
No, yeah.
You didn't get cut, did you?
No, I'm good. I picked him up and I put him in the bedroom.
Nice.
I just had to make sure they were separated for a little bit.
That's another reason why Into the Spider-Verse was so good. Not only just because we had Miles Morales and like his story going on there, but because we have like the original Spidey's actual personality in the movie.
I don't know.
That's like him and Deadpool. Like that's why they work.
Why do these movies insist on having a Peter Parker that's in high school? Do we?
Because they need to relate to the younger audience because all the other superheroes are adults. It's to sell toys and merch for kids.
Damn.
You're right.
Shit.
That's smart, actually. Wait a minute. That's brilliant.
That was.
Don't even blink.
Shoot from the hip on that one.
I don't know if I can be mad at that because that's just smart money moves.
I just damn. I read a take. Oh, I didn't read it. I saw a take on TikTok about the casting for Wolverine.
Oh.
I saw a take on Wolverine about his casting for the MCU, and it kind of made a lot of sense, which is Wolverine should be indigenous.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a lot.
Oh my. Oh my.
My partner, everybody.
Oh my. Wow.
Sorry, not to undercut, but yes, absolutely.
I thought that was like.
It's such a good take.
You want to talk about X-Men?
Uh-oh.
No.
Let's go.
I just want to know when everyone's going to admit that Charles Xavier is not the hero that you think he is.
He's not. He's absolutely not. And
Let's tell a Jewish man he can't have revenge on Nazis. Huh?
I never thought about it like that.
He's like, no, you can't do this. You're just as bad as them. You're gonna say I'm just as bad as Nazis for killing them? Charles Xavier, is that what you just freaking told me? Really? No, Magneto, you can't. You can't do this because you're gonna be just as bad. Just as bad as a Nazi who killed my mother in front of me and had us in camps. That is the most insensitive thing I have ever heard.
Growing up as realizing Charles Xavier is a toxic white liberal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he went to Africa and told Storm, "You're not a goddess."
When are we gonna talk about this? Like,
you're not a goddess. You're a mutant. That's it. Come
like
with me.
Sir Patrick Stew, did fantastic, of course, as always. But like, taking him out of this because he's innocent. Every other adaptation of Charles Xavier, including that one, he's not a hero. I wouldn't even say that he's an anti-hero because he's like, yeah, we're trying to stop them from killing humans. Well, you know what? Humans deserve to die.
We need to reason with the humans.
Okay, wait. Let's. I think we found something here. Let's really take a look at it. He went to Africa and basically stripped Storm of what the people believed about her, right? He tells a Jewish man that, hey, if you get revenge, you're as bad as a Nazi. And then he finds Jean and goes, "Oh wow, I see how strong she should be. She could be. She shouldn't have access to that." And then blocks it without her consent.
He's a racist misogynist. Let's just say what it is.
Jeez!
Because everyone else can have what they have and do what they do, except for these specific people. Yeah. No, Charles Xavier can catch these hands.
Oh my
Sometimes he
God.
literally strips people of their power and always of their agency.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an abuser.
And a neglectful father.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. He's
And a bad
literally
brother.
the worst.
Oh!
Let's talk about Kane Marco for a second.
I'm just saying, it's not looking good for you, Charles.
The only
it's
reason
really
that-
not.
Kane Marco went looking
Xavier
for power
is
to become
the
the Juggernaut.
patriarch.
Was
Oh my God, Xavier is the patriarchy.
But
I
did
think
you
you're
notice? Sorry. Did you notice
No.
with his whole Magneto thing? He's like, Magneto, you can't do this to these like awful Nazis. But he does the same thing to Magneto in the sense of like normal people who aren't mutants, because they're also trying to kill off mutants. So Magneto's going through this trauma over and over again because technically he's not just Jewish, he's also a mutant. So people are trying to kill him on both fronts. He understands this, right? And he is valid in that. But Charles is like, no, on both fronts, you're wrong. But is he wrong? If someone's trying to kill you off and like, is he wrong? Or is he just living through the trauma that has been dealt to him?
Can we talk about the fact that Magneto knew that he had to have that helmet to protect his agency from Xavier?
Like, I'm tired of Xavier. I'm tired of him. Like, I don't.
Ooh,
I'm very passionate about this subject.
ooh.
Since I
Magneto
was
was
a child,
right.
I was like, yes. And I'm like, in what world? Like, look at the human world now. We don't have mutants, but like, a lot of us are just like, you know what? If the world just kabloomed, it'd be better for it. Because like, we are the worst species to have ever existed on this planet. Magneto wasn't wrong. I mean, it's wrong to like trying to kill a mass of people, like that's messed up. But like, he wasn't incorrect in the fact that we're like terrible. Like his idea of us being terrible was not wrong. Him trying to like exterminate us was wrong. But like, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't theoretically wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Magneto honestly got pushed to that point. For a very long time there, Magneto's
Agreed.
whole deal was, I just want to leave. I just want to leave and be left alone.
I just
let's-
want to make
let's
sure
not
my
get it
people are
twisted.
okay on Genosha.
Magneto snapped at the creation of the Sentinel program.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
And can we talk about the fact that our I think nobody can really connect with mutants and Sentinels the way Black folks can, because I truly believe, like, if Black folks got any sort of superpower, Sentinels would be real tomorrow.
Mhm. Also, Charles is wrong about Storm. He's like, you're not a god. She's the most powerful mutant, arguably.
She's an
of all
Omega level
time.
mutant.
Like, she could crush the Earth itself. Like, she is the strongest mutant. She literally brought down a plane from the other side of the Earth without knowing, like, where it was.
Spoiler for the current run of oh my god, I forgot the name of it. It's the issues of Marvel with the Sword Agents. God, let me find the titles because I really want to get into this.
Mike Calloway, that's a good point. Your comment's a good point.
Point being Eugetius's problem wants to be a part of a
Right.
system while Magneto's the opposite.
Right.
Now from
Uh,
the system.
Spoilers for Planet Size X-Men, the current running X-Men series. If you haven't read it yet and you intend to, you might wanna duck out for a couple of minutes. Are you two cool with me talking about this?
Yeah,
Go
for it.
ahead.
Yeah, can we talk about the fact that Storm is now regent of the Soul System? She is the queen of our solar system
Nice.
now.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Her and a couple of other Omega level mutants by themselves terraformed Mars, and basically Sword, the intergalactic version of Shield, had an entire galactic meeting where they talked to the rest of the solar systems out there with, we are now the Soul System. We're united, and we run shit now. So like, leave us the fuck alone. Like for all the cosmic level threats, they basically were like, yo, we're a united solar system, and it's time for you to fuck off. And if you have anything that you want to say or do with the Soul System, you got to talk to her, and it's Storm. And when they made this agreement, Dr. Doom popped up like, wait a second, who's talking about being the ruler of the Soul System? And Storm was like, me. Now sit your punk ass down. And Doom was like, you right.
You're right. Wait, is this the show where Storm is this a show where she's once again like a light-skinned person?
No, this is the comics.
This is the comics? Okay, thank God. Because I saw that there was like, was the newest movie where Storm again was?
This is the comics that they will never put into a movie because it's a dark skin.
It's a lot to handle.
In control of it's a dark skinned black woman in charge of the entire fucking solar system. So obviously that'll never make the movies.
What was the last?
It was, I think, one of the Marvel games had concept art for Storm, and she looked very white.
I saw that. There was also, I don't know if it was one of the other movies, but there's like the newest version of Storm, like live action, and the person is light skinned. I think they're a mixed black person. And I'm like, can we stop with the mixed black people of Storm? I am not qualified to play Storm. Okay? I'm tired of this. That's also one of my gripes.
Honestly, I personally feel like, and I might catch slack for this, an American woman should never be allowed to play Storm. That's just how I feel. And Sphinx, he said Doom might be an asshole, but he's not a fool. He knew to sit his ass down. He knew to sit his ass down because he learned. There's an old comic book where Doom tries to seduce Storm, and she's not having it, and he decides that he doesn't feel like taking no for an answer, and Storm told him what the environment thought about that, and he fried his ass because he's a dude covered in metal. He had to remind her.
You're talking some real smack for a dude in a metal suit.
Yeah.
She had to remind him, sit your stupid ass down on goddamn Storm.
Sir, I'm a universe bender.
Universe bender?
I'm a universe bender. I ain't no earth bender. Come on.
I hate what they do with Storm in the movies. I recently watched X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Where they have the two timelines, the future.
That's
and
the one.
And Storm got killed in the first 20 minutes of the movie because all they ever let Storm do in the movies is throw lightning as if that's her entire weapon
Power
set. Yeah. I just
Listen, you gotta have the black person with lightning powers, you know.
what is that?
I'm not gonna lie though, Static Shock slapped, but you know.
Well, the thing is, a lot of these black characters with lightning powers are dope, but we keep getting them. Static Shock, Black Lightning, Storm, Miles Morales to a certain extent. It's just like, okay, we get it. Stop.
Where does that come from?
I don't.
Lightning powers.
No, I mean, I think it's that the lightning effect on dark skin looks pretty dope.
So
It
there was
does look
actually a
nice,
comic
it does look-
historian that went into this, like in the first incarnation of a black
Oh yeah,
hero.
Aqualad also has lightning powers.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, but yeah, there's actually like a comics historian actually went into like the history of this, and it all stems because like one of the comics companies, I forget which one, made a black character that had lightning powers, and the other comic company decided that they needed to crib off that, and it just perpetuated, and that's why it became a stereotype.
So it's kind of like the Asian female presenting people always have to have streaks in their hair.
Yeah, it's the rebel in them, obviously, for some
So-
reason.
Those are such weird things. Like,
Yeah.
someone pointed it out. I think it was Kenny JD on YouTube. They were like, how come whenever there's like an Asian character on screen, not always, but a lot of the times, they're not like just allowed to be Asian. They have to have like a Western last name, or like they have to be mixed somehow. Why can't they just be
Yeah.
Asian?
And they have to eschew the traditional Asian society, and that's why they have the streaks in their hair.
That's very strange to me that
It's
we've like
so weird.
created this.
It's it's so weird the way that white people decide that how they need to make POC palatable.
Yeah, like there's this silent Asian woman trope that's just. Well, I don't even think it's just woman. I think there's just.
It's the silent
Asian.
badass Asian trope.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the heck does that come from?
AJ, as a black Puerto Rican, I do want electric powers basically 9 times out of 10.
Okay,
I mean, do you
yes.
know how like I would be if I woke up tomorrow and I had the power of like electricity? I would be happy, but then there'd be like a minute where I'm like, "Fuck."
Okay, quick question:
Don't
if you
forget,
had
your eyes have to
superpowers,
be-
what would you go for?
Like one character superpower,
Well,
or
I
just
mean-
like
Just like if you could choose your power set, what would you choose?
I'd be like. Can I tell you something that's funny and sad at the same time?
Gah.
Yes.
My power set would have to include being bulletproof.
The Juggernaut. The Juggernaut.
Because I was gonna say I want to be Storm, because there's nothing better than like.
Oh, that's true. She's just.
Okay, so I did a TikTok about this the other day, but like it's kind of funny. One of the first comic books I read was the issue where Rogue had just joined the X-Men, and she was worried about the X-Men trusting her, and so Storm was like, "Look, we trust you here," and she stuck her hand out and let Rogue take a little bit of her powers. With just a sip of Storm's powers,
She went ham.
Rogue freaked out because it's like, oh my god, I can feel everything around me, and created a couple of tornadoes. And Storm was like, now you gotta chill, because the atmosphere reacts to how I feel. So if you're freaking out, everything's freaking out. So you have to stay calm. And Rogue calmed down and was able to create a tornado in her hand, showing she got a mastery of powers. But I'm just like, do you know how petty I would be with that? It'd be a shame if this area suddenly had a drought. Maybe y'all might want to fucking chill.
I mean, like, I've seen Storm do some pretty badass shit. Like, there's a scene, I think, when X-23 was introduced. Her and Wolverine are going to this high society party, and there's paparazzi outside. And Storm just, like, does a little thing like this, and all of the cameras film, and all of the digital, like, things short circuit, and they lose all their photos because she's able to change the atmosphere. She's just created a little EMP burst. She overexposed the film and the cameras, and she just fried your memory cards.
She is a god, but you know what, Xavier? You just couldn't handle that. Whatever.
Sphinx for all would want Kitty Pryde's phasing powers. I actually know the person that Kitty Pryde's based off of.
I love Kitty. Like, Shadowcat is like one of my favorite mutants.
Yeah, and she's based off a real person who lives in the city here.
I love the part of Mystique's story where she's like, you know what? Like in the comics, so dramatic. You know what? I'm getting rid of my clothes. And also this kid, yeah, fuck that kid. It gets rid of her kid and her clothes. I'm like, oh, that's a power move. Just an adoption. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. But what power would I have?
I mean, Mystique has a problem with abandoning kids. Let's just keep it real here.
Really does.
Like, can she chill? What power would I have? Honestly, if I'm being quite honest, I feel like, you know, I like to be powerful, so I feel like I'd be like Jean Grey's powers. Like, except Magneto can't keep me down. I'm used to being oppressed, so I would just break it.
Honestly, I just want power. I just want Superman's power set. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man.
That's simple.
I'm a simple man. I want to be bulletproof, super speed, heat vision, ice breath, super memory, super
Superman versus
ventriloquism.
Batman is
Okay, so
ultimate,
here's the question.
like, why is that a thing?
Which theory do you subscribe to for Superman's flight? Is it actual flight, or is it just him leaping tall buildings, an extension of that?
He has the ability to alter the gravity around him, which is why in the recent movies, and now it's been brought into the comics, before Superman takes flight, you'll see that the pebbles around him start to
I've
rise
noticed
as well.
that.
That's because he's altering the physics around him, which is why he's not technically bulletproof. It's just that he can alter the physics around him, so he's literally stopping
The bullet before it
he's
hits
stopping the bullets before they hit him.
Are you trying to tell us that, you know, you want to be a god?
I want to be the scariest thing. I want to be a white supremacist nightmare.
Valid.
And the thing is,
that's valid.
The thing is, when you ask me what superpowers would you have, most people think like, man, what superpowers would I want to have that would make my life convenient and I could beat up bad guys? I think of when I expose the fact that I have these powers and I'm black, what superpowers will allow me to deal with the full brunt of the United States government, because that's what would come down on my head. And the only one that I can think of is Superman or Hyperion, which is basically Marvel's version of Superman.
Freaking fair. I agree. Okay, Central, I agree. Superman, okay, there is no world in which Batman could be Superman. So the fact that they even were like, you know what, Batman versus Superman, in what world do you think this freaking rich boy, is it because you think rich is like the greatest power in the world? So you're like, well, they have money versus basic godhood. Is that what happened there?
So here's the argument that's presented, which is people like Batman because Batman represents the ability to work so hard that you achieve status that is beyond the average human.
False.
That's the argument.
Sorry,
Batman's not a superhero because he was born on a different planet or because he had a chemical accident. Batman is Batman by pure essence of the fact that he works harder than everybody else. Now, the story of Batman is unbelievable because I'm gonna get in some trouble for this. The story of Batman is unbelievable because he's white and rich. And let me explain. There is a certain level of work that Bruce Wayne, no matter what he does, no matter how much money he forgoes, no matter where he decides to go in the world, he will never have to do. So the fact that he works harder than anybody on the planet just fundamentally doesn't make sense by virtue of who he is. There's a certain level of privilege that he carries wherever he goes.
He already had a head start is the thing.
Yeah,
major head start. Jesus.
I just can't believe, like the story of Batman would be fundamentally, in my opinion, 1,000 times better if Bruce Wayne was black. I I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that, but I need you to really consider the fact that if the story of Bruce Wayne was the story of a black man whose family was gunned down, that changes a lot of things, and that adds a level of struggle to Bruce Wayne's story that Bruce Wayne can't have as a white guy. And if you don't believe me, good. You don't have to believe me because I'm quoting Stan Lee.
So, yeah.
Stan Lee had a series. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, really quick. Stan Lee had a series where it was just like, how would I have done the DC superheroes? And the first thing he did was he made Bruce Wayne a black man.
Because he's right. Because he's right. Like, Stan Lee was right. I just think that it's. I agree with you. It's very hard to believe. My family was gunned down. Now I save people. No. You do that for the points of it all. You didn't do that just because your family was gunned down. Like, you know how many people, especially people of color, that we watched in the background of every single Batman show, comic ever, who are people of color whose families are dying slightly because of Batman, who don't go out and suddenly become Batman. You did this because you felt entitled to do so. You felt like you were being the white savior of it all.
Can we also talk about how Batman's whole premise is broken? Because, like, sure, you don't kill people, you don't use guns, but you get them pretty fucking close to death.
And
You beat the absolute shit out of them and put them in traction.
That's worse. Like, it's torture.
The other thing that doesn't make sense about Batman is that he does this because he never wants another kid to be in his situation. But the thing is, the cops tried to find Joe Chill. Like, the system was trying actively to get Bruce Wayne justice. Now you turn Bruce Wayne into a black kid, and you have somebody gun down his parents, and the justice system in the comic acts the way that the justice system in America acts. The creation of Batman then makes a lot more sense, because Bruce Wayne the system tried to work for Bruce Wayne. It just didn't. But you tell that same story where the justice system chooses not to work for Bruce Wayne, now there's a reason for Batman's creation, because Bruce Wayne thinks, I don't want this to happen to anybody else, and nobody cares.
But then he adopts kids and puts them in the same situation that he's in, says AJ.
Well, again, if you turn Bruce Wayne into a black man, that makes sense too, because the justice system in America, it purposely takes father figures out of the lives of black children. Yes, so if you have this black Bruce Wayne whose family was gunned down and the justice system didn't care, and so he chooses to adopt the persona of Batman to get justice for people who the system actively chooses not to get justice for, and night after night he sees he sees more kids in that same situation. The thought of him creating more Batman makes sense. It kind of is like Fred Hampton and the Black Panthers. Just saying, but that's just me.
I think it's irresponsible of Bruce to be like, oh, my first Robin died? Aw. Or like, oh, this Robin's, aw. Well, not, because which number was Nightwing?
AJ. Nightwing was the first Bat.
Yeah. So
Robin.
he grew up to like have trauma. He didn't have, trauma. But then like it's like, oh, I keep losing them. Let me just make another.
I mean, honestly,
AJ's just claimed the Bat family. They're now black.
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, every one of Batman's rogues gallery makes a lot more sense if you make Batman black. Joker makes so much more sense as a white supremacist force of chaos that fundamentally cannot stand the fact that there is somebody trying to get justice when the system is working very hard to make sure that they don't get justice. Poison Ivy is a perfect representation of a liberal who is so focused on their own agenda that they don't see that they should be on the side of Batman. It all makes so much more sense.
You couldn't have the mask thing though for Batman, because if that let Batman be black and showing that half of his face, instantly they would recognize him somewhere, somehow. Instantly, they'd be like, "It's this one, it's this person." Instantly, somehow they always know where we are, and I don't understand. Like,
oh my! I'm so upset that that's not how the story of Batman actually is, because it makes so much more sense.
this is why I never liked Batman. People always judge me for this. I was like, I always enjoyed Batman for the story of Joker, because Joker was a true villain that I could pick apart and analyze. Like, what a terrible freaking person, right? Just awful. The Killing Joke, if you've never read it,
Yeah.
that alone is a lot. That's a lot.
Throw the Batman Beyond design on the black Batman.
That'd be dope. The Killing Joke, DC has a very long track record of misogynist
It's a lot.
tropes and things
Nasty.
like fridging comes from a Green Lantern issue where
Really?
Green Lantern
Yeah.
Green
I
Lantern
never checked for Green Lantern.
Green Lantern came home to find his girlfriend dead and stuffed in a fridge. And that's where the term fridging comes from.
I did not know Green Lantern was wild like that. What the heck?
It gets it. Okay, let's talk about
Sphinx Roll's right. Joker's not clinically out of it. He just doesn't care,
yeah.
which is scarier than anything else. Not caring about human lives.
Okay, I'm going to describe the Joker, and I want to see if this sounds familiar. See if this sounds familiar to anybody. Joker is someone who has their own aims, beliefs, and ideals, and will hold true to that even when the rest of the world tells them that that is a dangerous and problematic ideal to have. And he believes so vehemently in his own ideals that he expresses them by causing chaos and violence to prove his points. It's
Trump.
Trump and white supremacy in general. It makes perfect sense. The Joker believes so adamantly that if you have a bad day, you're going to be just like me.
That's why he's such a great villain. It's because it's real. It is rooted in everything bad people freaking are.
Well, that's the thing is, all Batman villains, the entire Rogues Gallery, is all rooted in some sort of there's a seed of realism in the Batman Rogues Gallery.
There's there's bigotry in there, and that's why it's that's a good villain, not because they're a good person, but because I believe it.
Poison
believe that
Ivy
you're a
is
piece
an
of crap.
eco-terrorist. Harley Quinn is someone who is radicalized by a white supremacist.
Victim. Yeah. New Orleans, Batman should
Harley
be black.
Quinn was a reasonable person.
The point is, yes, Harley Quinn was a great person who wanted to help others, went to school and worked hard, but then saw these radicalized ideas come from someone and
Someone
was easily manipulated
charismatic.
into it.
Yeah.
The charismatic white man, Charles Manson.
I can make the Harley Quinn thing even better. Harley Quinn is somebody whose curiosity led them down a rabbit hole. Harley Quinn represents to me the alt-right. She started as a reasonable person who was curious and just wanted to look for an academic reason and fell deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. Like people who go to 4chan because they like funny memes, and then they go a little bit deeper into 4chan, and then they go to the political section of 4chan, and then by the next thing you know, they've got flags of Kekistan, and then that flag of Kekistan quickly and slowly becomes a Confederate flag, and then that Confederate flag becomes a Nazi flag. It's the slippery slope. It doesn't matter the fact that Harleen Quinzel started with good intentions. What matters is that Harley Quinn exists because of Harleen's curiosity.
So you're saying like the first person when you started describing this for Harley, my brain went to Tommy Lauren. I'm like, is this Tommy Lauren's like origin story? It's just all Harley Quinn's life. You know what I mean?
Harley Quinn got indoctrinated into QAnon.
You know, she watched Ann Coulter one night and then whoop, boom.
She's like, maybe this Tucker Carlson guy has a point. And the thing is that Harley has potential. Harley can work herself out of this because society and everybody sees the value of Harleen. And more importantly, once she's Harley, it's evident to everybody that this new ideal and this new group of people that she's attached herself to could not give less a fuck about her. The Joker does not care about Harley. That's the gag. But she's so devoted to him. These fascists, these alt-right people, they don't care about the black people in their number. Nobody gives a fuck about Candace Owens. They don't give a fuck about the women in their number. They don't give a fuck about Tommy Lauren or Ann Coulter or anything. They're a means to an end. They're a prop to go, see, we're as inclusive as the other side. But if they ever step out of line, what happens to them will be so much worse than if they were on the other side of the fence. I know it, you know it, they know it, and the people around them know it, but it doesn't matter because they are that deep.
There is actually a subsection of memes where it's like women who have fallen down the alt-right rabbit hole who realize that alt-right men treat them like garbage. It's almost like these things are rooted in misogyny and white supremacy. It's almost like it's almost like when you pull the mask off of misogyny, it's white supremacy underneath.
Surprise! Like, you know, do you remember when Tommy Lauren? I forgot what subject it was, but she had actually, I think it was about abortion, and she agreed about like certain things about like women's autonomy, and it's like, no, like, you know, chill, like let women just make their own decisions and things like that. And the right just turned on her, like dangerously turned on her. Like, and I was just watching and I was like, are you surprised by this, Tommy? I think she was surprised.
I mean, and let's keep it a buck. And I want to make very clear, there are abusive, manipulative men and women on both sides of this fence. Being a toxic asshole does not have a political leaning. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that one side has a tendency to use props more readily than the other side. Mm-hmm. I will say that the side of the anti-fascists, they don't really need to use women and POCs and the LGBTQA plus, not to speak for any community that I'm not a part of, but I feel like they don't need to use them as props so much as we all essentially agree that capitalism needs to be destroyed. So the necessity of puppeting people, not so much on this side. That being said, that's my take and my argument for why Batman should be black.
And scene.
So we've been talking a lot
Good argument.
about, we've talked a little bit about cosplay, we've talked a little bit about comics, we've talked a little bit about pop culture in general. Let's veer back into like TTRPG territory a little bit.
Oh boy.
I have
Oh, boy.
I have a question that is a little bit a combination of all of these things. If you could take two existing properties, mash them up, and make a D&D or a TTRPG campaign, what would you do and what would it be like? Because I had the idea for doing the Old Guard and Hancock the other day,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like these superheroes are immortal beings. They keep themselves secret.
Okay, I got my two franchises:
Go for it.
Terminator and The Matrix.
Post-apocalyptic, little bit of time travel.
You gotta fight the robots inside the Matrix. You gotta fight the robots outside of the Matrix. Inside of the Matrix, you have your Matrix. Outside of the Matrix, we are going full Terminator.
No one hate me for this.
Okay, do it.
But like, you know, so we are talking about a little bit about like Marvel and stuff like that. What if we took like X-Men versus like Sailor Moon, and then we kind of just like fusion force that together?
Compelling.
Like, I know people are either gonna hate that or really, really like that, because imagine the play. Imagine.
Okay, so here's what I'm seeing, because Storm just became the queen of
Oh no,
the
the
solar
drama.
system.
Oh no.
I think the Sailor Scouts might have some shit to say about that.
Oh no.
I mean, when you look at Sailor Moon's power set, like, really look at Sailor Moon's power set, Sailor Moon is an Omega level mutant.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a big fight.
Empathy, power, and control?
You know, I gotta be honest with you. I don't really know what Sailor Moon's power sets are. Like, I only ever saw her throw the tiara, and whatever she threw the tiara at was fucked.
Game.
Okay, to be fair though, I feel like Sailor Moon and Storm both have so much like empathy and like class that they would both just be like, you know what, can we just talk about this? Can we just sit down and really talk about this? Like, can we
Usagi would
discuss
cry.
our roles here? Yeah. To be like, listen, I just feel like this is my job, and then you just came and took it. But yeah. But just like imagine like the switching of like powers there within everyone. Because there'd be like these alien creatures and mutants, and it's like which is which, and it'd just be chaotic and fun.
Captain
A lot
Planet
more
and the Last
death.
Airbender, that's an interesting one.
Captain Planet of the Last. Ooh.
Captain Planet, that's the UCE copyright.
So is Captain Planet the Avatar?
Well, I mean, okay. Earth, fire, wind,
yes,
water.
Heart.
Heart.
Captain America, not Captain America. Captain Planet is the Avatar. Just green.
Imagine if Gaia was an actual being in the Avatar world.
Holy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think
mean-
we're onto something here, folks.
I like this. I like this a lot. Yes, keep them coming.
This is some good. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good material.
good.
It's a
That's
hard
good.
question to answer, but it's
I kinda
an
wanna
interesting
change
one that I was
mine now.
thinking of the other day.
All right, I'm changing mine. Here we go. My two: Supernatural and Highlander.
Ooh.
Oh. So it's immortals fighting demons.
Demons and hunters. Let's go.
Hunters are
Oh.
the hunters are immortal beings.
Could be. I think that hunters are out here hunting immortals too.
Oh snap!
I
Ooh,
love the
Charmed
idea.
meets The Witcher. The show Charmed meets The Witcher.
Oh.
Think
Oh.
about that for a moment.
Think about the sassiness.
Yeah.
Oh my
Piper
God.
is just over here walking with the Witcher, and they just
Okay, hold on.
they get along
Piper,
so well.
Prue, and don't nobody tell me the third one. Piper, Prue. Oh no, because Prue is the one that got kicked out off after Piper, Prue, and Phoebe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but who was the? Okay, no, there were 4 Charm sisters.
Prue, Phoebe, and oh Jesus.
oh my God, the one Rose McGowan played. Oh my God. Okay. Oh no, it's in here somewhere.
Okay, I'll
It's
let
in
you
here.
rattle it out, but I'll look it up in the meantime to see if you're right.
Pam.
No, not Pam.
Paige.
Page.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I know that
you
much.
are correct.
Oh man, yes. Oh, Elliot Page.
Oh, I'm so happy for Elliot Page.
He's just the best.
Yeah. Oh, here,
He's just been good in everything.
The first time
Oh,
that
go
I
ahead.
ever saw Elliot Page was like the youngest incarnation was in Trailer Park Boys.
Oh my gosh.
Leahy's
Wow.
kid.
He's been just but honestly, have you ever seen him in a bad movie? Or like him acting like not good in his role? No.
Oh.
Even like the games that like he's like voiced good.
Well, there's a game between
Uh-oh.
two souls.
Uh,
It's not a bad game. I haven't played it, but it's problematic as shit. And it's Elliot Page and William Dafoe.
Oh, I played that game. Yeah, I know what part you're talking about. That didn't have to be a plot point. Like,
Well, I don't even know the plot. I didn't even get around to playing it yet. Because I was like, chat, I might play this game, and I showed it to them, and I found out that the developers behind that game were really shady, especially with the 3D scan that they did of Elliot.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah, so I just because those are the kind of games that I love. The cinematic, like the cinematic, like you play out a movie type game. The last one that I tried to play was Detroit Become Human, and god damn, it was bad.
That one's a hard playthrough.
Oh yeah, there's like I don't want to spoil anything, but in the game there's like this.
Oh, you can spoil. I don't care.
Person who, like the character, they grew up with this person in like this government facility, so they were still a teenager when they met, and then they went into the military, and they were both there, and then eventually they become lovers, and I'm like, that's not weird to anybody else that they knew them while they like they met, and then like they didn't see each other, and then they joined the military, and then they were still really young, and then they went on to like date, and I was like, is that not weird to nobody else? Not just me.
I have been noticing more and more pedophilic bullshit in mainstream entertainment, and I don't like the old. Like, I think I'm starting to notice it a lot more now because like I'm getting older, and it's just like I'm like I'm a 30 something, I don't remember how old I am, year old dude, right? I can't be looking at 18-year-olds or 19-year-olds. That's gross. Those are children. I don't want to be looking at children.
No.
And so like I'm looking at things like TikTok and the small potatoes trend of like short young girls like doing a bunch of shit, and it's just like, okay, that's uncomfortable, but that's social media, so maybe that's not so bad. But then you look at like movies like what's the one with The Hit? It was one of Natalie Portman's first movies.
Oh,
she's playing The Professional.
Leon the Professional.
Yeah, and it's basically this young girl that's taken in by an assassin, and he teaches her how to be an assassin, and it's like
Yeah,
really
how-
sweet.
And then
But
you realize
they-
that the director wanted them to have a sex scene.
I did
Oh.
not know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it got removed from the script.
Or you look at things like the comic books where Deathstroke is a pedophile in canon. I learned like Deathstroke, the orange and blue guy that everybody loves so much, in canon, full on pedophile. It was just like, why did we put that in comic books? I'm sure we're all fans of the Teen Titans, right? Do you remember the plot line where they introduced a new Teen Titan member named Tara, and she betrayed the Teen Titans?
Oh yeah.
In the original comic book, she did that because she was in love with Slade, and Slade would only treat her kindly and give her what she wanted when she leaked information about the Teen Titans. And they even in the new like dark animated DC movies, they even allude to it. Like
That explains the cartoon, because like she was a little too like close
yes.
to him.
Yeah, let's talk about the fact that the Green Lantern hooked up with a 13-year-old.
Whoa! Okay, God, thank God. What the heck? I never got
Comics
into
are
that. What
fucked
the
up.
heck?
Media's fucked up. Generally.
Here's the story. Here's the story with that. They gave Green Lantern a plucky sidekick who's this alien girl who was a avid fan of Green Lanterns because her planet knew about Green Lanterns and everything, and she aspired to be one. Finally got the ring, and she got to work with Hal Jordan, who is like the Green Lantern. So she's a complete fangirl and throwing herself all over him. He's just like, nah, you're a minor. And she goes, well, the years are shorter on my planet, so maybe I'm 28 in Earth years. And he goes, no, you're a minor. And this continues for years. It's like, imagine Robin consistently trying to get Batman to fuck him. So anyway, one day they get caught in
Comics Code Authority.
One day they get caught in a like avalanche or something, and they're stuck and they're trapped.
Oh, how convenient.
Of course.
And she is so desperate to get Hal Jordan's attention that she really wants to be older so that Hal Jordan will be okay with giving her what she wants. And so the ring ages her up. Keep in mind, still has the mind of a 13-year-old. But Hal sees her and he goes, well, maybe the ring aged up your mind too. And the issue ends with them making out. A little bit later on, they just straight up start going at it. And at one point, Hal Jordan himself goes, maybe we shouldn't do this because I don't want the Green Lantern Corps to think I'm a child molester. It's just like, why is this in comic books? Why are we doing this? And there's I'm starting to notice so much more pedophilic shit in mainstream media.
It's
There's
not even
everywhere.
just that. It's how many times have you seen a romantic comedy where the guy that's playing the love interest is at least 20 years older than the woman that's playing the love interest?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like when I was growing up, I had a massive crush on Britney Spears because everywhere you go, she was showed as like the sexy schoolgirl and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a kid at the time that I'm seeing this. Looking back on all the Britney Spears stuff now because of her being in the news again, I'm looking back on that, and she was like 17 doing all this sexy shit, and they were like grown men like, oh man, I'd love to give it to Britney. And it's just like, my guy, She's 17, and that's still going. And it's just like, I'm not saying
There's
that
a
women should
whole
have the ability
subset.
to express their sexuality the way they want to. I'm saying that there should be a fucking tether on how guys react to it in public. It's not okay to lust after a 17-year-old. Why the fuck is that a thing that we're doing here?
Billie Eilish is going through the exact same thing right now too.
Oh,
Like specifically dressed modestly until like was over a certain age, then did that photo shoot, and then all the thirsty people came out of the fucking woodwork because she's
yeah.
of age.
People would like take photos from like her concerts of like when her hoodie was just a little down and you could see like the outline of her bust and like slow it down like while she was like jumping and like it's a lot. And people are now blaming her for her like current relationship. I think is with someone who's like older than her brother. I think, quote, you can like tell me if I'm wrong, but he's definitely like he's older than me, and I'm like mid-20s. Okay, I'm like, hello, what?
Yeah.
That's inappropriate. And people are blaming her instead of being like, hey, this guy's creepy. This guy is like, hey, a young 19, 20-year-old is good enough for me who's like 30 or almost 30.
I just it's
so-
fucked up. I mean,
It's so fucked up.
like there's this cosplayer who is brilliant. She's a black cosplayer who does an amazing jester, and like she constantly had to come out with tweets like, y'all 17. And like some of the responses to that was like like dudes being like, I don't care.
Why?
It is just
Ugh.
like,
Ugh.
stop. Just fucking stop.
Ugh.
Like, you can't look. Our thing is thirst respectfully, but what we need you to understand is that there is no way for you to thirst respectfully to a minor. You need to understand that. Like, you need to be careful with what you're doing on social media. It's the onus is on you to make sure that you're not dealing with a minor. You need to be careful with what you say about people, with the media you consume, because a lot of this shit is out there, and you don't like. It's easy to be like, oh my god, like that's a youngin. Like
Thirst respectfully and thirst consensually. You're right, Intoxicated Thorns. But yeah, if also here's the deal. Like, I'm gonna say this with the utmost disrespect. If you're waiting around for someone to turn the age of consent, fuck all the way off with that shit.
Yeah, that's gross.
You can take
That's
a
gross.
long walk off a short pier. That's gross.
You're
Don't
nasty.
be gross. Don't be.
You're nasty.
Don't be nasty.
Don't be nasty.
So gross.
But you know who often is very.
Yeah, if you're waiting for
very-
someone to turn the full age of consent, you're a groomer. Full stop.
I just recently learned about grooming, and Jesus Christ. Hey, you know what's really fucked up is there are groomers on both. Like there are guys that are out here getting groomed too. Like,
Ugh.
anyways,
Circling
back to something else. Anything else? God.
you know, speaking of people that are nasty, if you've been in the tabletop community for a long enough period of time, chances are you've experienced a black hole of fun at your table. This is generally referred to as a that guy. A that guy is somebody that if they were yeeted into the sun, your experience at the table would be tremendously, exponentially made better. This is the section in our show where we have our guests tell us such stories, but to kind of give you a perspective of that guys that we've dealt with, we've had biter gaslighters, which is an individual that while helping a new player make a character for the first time, bit her on the neck, and then denied that ever happening. We've had your puppeteers, which are GMs that take away any agency that you have for your own characters, and then we've had the bleeder leech, which is somebody that uses emotional bleed from an NPC romance in the game that they GM to foster a real relationship with the player. So, with these examples kind of laying the groundwork for the multitude of bad guys that we've experienced. Burns. That's just fun to say. Do you have a that guy story that you're willing to share with us?
I do. So this kid, he's actually older than me, but this kid, he just. So we joined his game, and I was like, okay, yeah, so let me roll my stats and make my character, like, tell me all the things I need, and, normal character creation. I give him my sheet, and he's like, no, all of this is wrong. My stats, average stats. He's like, no, that's wrong. And he changes them, re-rolls them, goes to my character sheet, changes my backstory, goes to my character sheet, changes, he changed my character's eye color. Like, he basically was like, here's your character. And I was looking at it and I was like, this is not at all what I expected. But it turns out he was a bad person anyways, because he did non-consent things during game once I left, because I dipped quickly. I was like, you go as far as to change my character's spelling of their name? Deuces. I hopped out. But yeah, he apparently did not do well with consent either. But I just never had someone blatantly take a character sheet and just shit on it. Just shit on it. Just, wow. What a dick. If you're watching this, you're a dick.
Wow.
That actually happened to me.
Well,
Are
you're
you
a dick.
Are you fucking serious?
In the campaign we were in. My character was not supposed to look the way she looked.
Okay, explain.
So, Odd's original character design that I had in mind was to actually look like the owl companion that I gave to her in the second season. So, my idea was that she would have the starry eyes like Zeus, the Western screech owl. So, big blue starry eyes, and would actually have an appearance more similar to that owl, where it's white, sort of fluffy hair, that sort of thing. That was the idea that I had in mind. But I was told that because having white hair and pale skin was too similar to someone else that was already in the campaign, that important NPC that he had the people follow around that was actually found out was his ex.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Yeah, because she looked too similar. I was told that I couldn't have her look like that.
Whoever you are, fuck you.
You know what? Now that I think
That's how
about
I feel.
Now that I think about it, he tried to do that with my character too.
Oh, really? Nice. Yeah.
Tried.
Yeah.
God, if you want
less
to,
accommodating than I am.
if you want to control things that much, don't be a DM.
Alter selfish.
Be a freaking stage manager.
That's
stop.
literally what he wanted. That he's the example that we use for a puppet master or a railroader. Everything that happened in that campaign was under the guise of free will, and it's a sandbox campaign. You can do what you want. But when you pulled the curtain back just a little bit, you saw that there were definite walls to the sandbox.
Listen, you need me to
Hi, Anorian. Good to see you.
throw some salt at someone. I'll go up to their
It's
face
okay.
and just.
It's okay. I want to blowing the campaign up.
I'll add pepper to it and just right in the eyes.
I think to be fair, you blew up what was left of the campaign.
I blew up what was left. You blew up the first part of it. The secondary explosion from me blew up what was left of that campaign.
And that's just if there's anybody that's new to
Sphinx knows who we're talking
TTRPG.
about.
If there's anybody that's new to TTRPG and you find yourself in a game that you're passionate about, but it is also weighing on you, leave. There's nothing better than the experience of playing with people that you genuinely care for, who also genuinely care and respect you.
Sorry, Intoxicated Thorns was like, that's not...
I just saw that plan and I'm like,
job.
motherfucker.
Asshole.
That is classified.
So
That's funny.
we've made it all the way this far, and I haven't asked you, what TTRPG projects are you on right now?
I'm glad that you've asked. Besides the ones that are like, just ones with friends that are off the internet, I have a D&D storytelling podcast called Realms Apart.
Yes, let's talk about it.
So Realms Apart, it's our baby. It is not only a podcast, but a semi-animated podcast on our YouTube channel. So we have two versions. We have the version that we stream, which is our faces, so you can see the players in live combat during stream, but you can also see us on YouTube as our characters animation form. My character, Juniper Creed, the baddest bitch. June is this nature cleric who my exact words playing her is, I give what you take. If you give me hate, I give you hate back. You give me love, I give you love back. That's just the nature of things. She is an eye for an eye kind of person. Everything I want to be.
We actually had a clip that we played when we had Momo on that had your character in it.
Oh, yes, Momo's our video editor for YouTube, and I'm actually our social media coordinator. So if you're on the socials, you're probably talking to me if you interact with us.
So yeah, be nice, you dicks.
Yeah, be nice. No one's been mean so far, but be nice. you better. But yeah, that's basically what it is, and we're just like it's like set in like the Forgotten Realms, but it's more of like a homebrew kind of thing because we're kind of like D&D. But we're just using that foundation for our own like methods, and it's been really great. And honestly, like, y'all, it's cute. Like, oh, whatever.
It is very cute.
I've started watching it. It is adorable, and I have to say, Momo has cosplayed her little goblin girl.
Yes.
Do we have some cosplays for Juniper?
We will now. We're obviously y'all don't know, but I just got a costume change as Juniper recently. Just wait for that episode because it's just baddie vibes. So once those are out, you will be having a cosplay. Oh, I'm so excited. It's very nice and pleasant to be with like a group of people who are just like, hey, you want to like chill every Sunday and just like, destroy each other. I'm like, yes, let's do that. Yeah, I'm like, yes, let's consensually destroy each other emotionally. Let's do that.
Let's just stab each other with these sharpened knives. Here, I'll heat this one up first.
In our DM Knox, the most brilliant human being, his home is like an entire LARP studio. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, his home is like decked out like medieval like knights standing in every corner, long tables with like, he's incredible. He and his partner Fabienne, they are incredible people, and I think y'all would love them outside of like tabletop gaming. They do a lot of tabletop games. But outside
I'm just jealous of a LARP studio.
They allow people to like rent their home out for things, and I'm like, what? But like, if you ever go to it's called the Scabby Rooster here on Twitch. If you look behind Nox and Fabienne, their backgrounds, you're just like, Why is there like a giant sword over there? Why is there shields on the wall? Why is there a long carpet like drawn out? Like it's like the table behind them looks like the Excalibur, like everyone, the knights
Just
are sitting at the
imagine that if
table.
there's ever an argument, the swords get drawn,
I would hope so.
pulled off the wall and unsheathed, have at you. That's how all arguments
What do you
are
mean
settled.
you want chicken nuggets for dinner and not a salad? Like, you know, but they're incredible. And yeah, again, Momo's our video editor. I am our social media person. Fabienne does our Twitch edits, and I have to like put out there every sound effect you hear on Twitch, that's just on the fly. Knox is just very good at his sound production and special effects. It's wild. People like ask like, "Oh my gosh, like did you edit that?" And we're like, "No, he did that right then and there." He's an incredible storyteller. He makes us feel safe, heard, and you know, being the brown one in the group. I feel like incredibly like heard, and like I don't feel, you know how sometimes Noir, like when you're just like, I feel different.
Yep.
I don't feel different. You know? It's very nice. It's very nice.
I actually describe that as when you're in a room and you're like, oh, I'm the diversity.
Yes! I'm like, oh, I am the quota. But it doesn't feel like that. It just, gosh darn.
I'm so happy to hear about Realm's part, because when Momo came here, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna give this a listen, and it's been nice. It's been good.
Cute.
Y'all are adorable.
Cute.
Adorable little heartbreaking motherfucker.
Now that we just had a raid from the Fey Realms, welcome in, raiders from the Fey Realms.
Thank you.
Since we're here, and since they're here, and there are people, there's a war. Noir, do you wanna? We gotta.
Forgot about this.
Because
You're right.
Because they're here.
You gotta make the wanted posters. All right, here we go. There is a war in the TTRPG community that's going on, a silent battle between those who consider dice to be the forbidden candy. They believe that dice exist.
It's actually
for
kind of loud.
crunching.
You're right.
They believe that dice exists for crunching, right? And then there are those of us who believe that dice don't belong in your mouth because they're a choking hazard and they're dangerous for your teeth, right?
I'm sorry. What just happened?
Did you crunch that dice right in front of me? did you put that dice in your mouth?
It's sitting here. I just.
Dice don't belong in your mouth.
You know, I've never put a dice in my mouth until just then.
Okay, did you like it?
I feel like this is.
Look,
I feel like that's teetering on a territory we don't want to go into.
Look, let me tell you a little bit about this war.
Oh no. What have I done?
The sides have been drawn, right? B. Dave Walters is anti-crunch, where he's on the side of stop the crunch. Brendan Lee Mulligan, who is my hero, and I love him with all of my heart, is a fucking coward that he didn't choose a side. Quiddy,
Coward.
Abria, Suburb Abria, is funding this war because he's owner of a dice company and is trying to make dice more appealing for crunching. And so this is splitting the TTRPG community up, right? We need to know what side of this war you're on. Do you crunch die? Do you snack on dice? Or do you not snack on dice?
I don't know. Did I like it? You know, maybe it's just the brand.
No, all of them are the same. Oh, don't.
Edible dice do exist. Gummy dice exist.
You can
Candy
eat
dice
gummy
exist.
dice. Would you prefer a
yeah.
candy dice?
Okay, who discovered putting dice in your? Why does everything go in our mouths? You're just nasty.
You're just nasty. You're
No
just
offense.
nasty. Thank you. Stop the crunch. Anti-crunch right here. We got UhOhBurns in the army. We out here. Stop the crunch.
No,
Gummy dice don't have the crunch.
Candy dice exist.
Candy dice exist. Gummy dice exist. You don't need.
Chocolate dice exist.
You don't need to eat
Chocolate
actual dice because they're bad for you. They hurt your teeth. You can choke on them. It's dangerous. So I'm glad that we got you in the army here. And we're gonna stop. We got.
Where's the flavor in this?
Where is the flavor? You know.
Honestly, there's no seasoning, so why would you even want to eat it?
Get them.
But I guess some of you are used to that. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, get them.
Oh no, what have I done? Someone freaking DMs me. I heard you were anti-crunch.
Church was talking shit. Stop the crunch, everybody. Get some flavor. Get some seasoning in your life. You bland motherfucker.
Some of you don't wash your chicken, so I don't even want to hear from you. Don't talk to me if you don't wash your chicken.
Get them. Oh my god, is there anything else we forgot this episode? Because I think we're drawing to a close here.
I think so.
I do have one more question that I need to ask, which is, you've got 5 people, any people in the world, as long as they're living, that you can play any TTRPG you want with.
No. Okay.
Who are you picking?
Tom Hiddleston.
Good choice. Good choice.
Okay.
Tom Hiddleston. I already played with Gabe, so never mind.
There, Kelsey. There's a link to sugar dice. They are hard candy. They are dice. You can crunch them. They aren't gummy.
Anyone, even if they've never played.
Even if they've
Yep.
never played, yeah.
Okay,
We had
Tom
Cardi B on our
Hiddleston.
list at one point.
I literally said I was gonna say Cardi B actually because she's funny. Like
Right?
Cardi B. Britney Spears, free Britney.
Oh, did you say Britney? Oh shit.
Spears. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I love me some Britney Spears. Cher. That'd be hilarious.
What the fuck is going on at
But they
this
have
table?
do they have to be alive?
Preferably.
Generally I say they're alive, but who do you got in mind?
I was gonna say Joan Rivers.
Damn, that's a good choice.
It would be a lot. Cardi B and Joan Rivers in the same room. With Cher?
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. If I can pick a table that includes dead folks, oh, it's finna be lit.
Poppin'.
Y'all not even ready for this list. Freddie Mercury,
I was gonna say is Prince on there?
Prince, George Carlin,
Oh my goodness gracious.
Hannibal Buress, and Fred Hampton.
Okay. Ooh, if I had to change it to someone that's alive, I would say Lin-Manuel Miranda, not because I enjoy him, because like my character could bully his consensually. I'm being honest, okay?
Oh, I wrote the 19. Do I make it? Fucking no.
No, Slice.
I think just name the members on the new View.
Oh my god, do you know how lit the View would be with Cardi B, Britney Spears, Cher, and who else did you have?
Tom Hiddleston and Joan Rivers. He's the DM. Just to make this clear, we are the out of control players, and he is the DM.
Oh my god,
He's our game master, who never gets the word in because his players are wild.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Chris Evans.
Oh, Christopher Jamal. He's our guest. He's our guest appearance. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, chat. Christopher Jamal Evans. Yeah. Black King. Black King. Christopher Jamal.
We straight up took
Or Nubian King.
I
remember someone on TikTok said, "You know what, Chris Evans? You can say it one time." And I was like, no.
No. Chris, don't listen.
Don't listen, Chris. Don't listen.
Well, I gotta be real though. Like if it's just me and Chris Evans in the elevator, and he's like, "What's up?" Like,
no.
I'll be like, Chris
now.
and then I look around and be like, something.
Plato, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Maya Angelou, Edgar Allan Poe, and Patrick Stewart.
Okay, so let's
walk
just
into a bar.
Let's just get into it. Plato's playing a wizard. Maya Angelou is playing a cleric. Edgar Allan Poe is playing a warlock. Patrick Stewart is playing a
bard.
Rogue, maybe? Bard.
A bard in.
He's playing a Shakespearean type bard.
I don't know what Brennan Lee Mulligan's playing.
Fair.
Patrick Stewart is a paladin. You know what? That makes sense.
The tracks.
That does make sense.
Edgar Allan Poe would be the edgiest rogue. Maya Angelou would want to beat Poe's ass out of character.
Charisma paladin, specifically. Yes, Josh, you were correct.
I feel like Plato would be a divination wizard, though.
Ooh.
Just asking a bunch of stupid shit questions.
You know, I feel bad. I feel like, I don't know why my brain is like, Edgar Allan Poe's character would probably bully Plato's. And I don't know where that's coming from. But that's what my brain said.
You know what? This would be the most dope cartoon. I would watch this shit.
Let me be a casting director.
Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum's actually going to be playing D&D.
You know, Jeff Goldblum's on my wall, and the photo of him calls him Bone Daddy because of Jurassic Park. I bought that. I paid my hard-earned money for that.
Love it.
Float high the next generation. Jesus Devontae Christ.
Jesus Devontae Christ.
I have never heard Jesus Devontae Christ.
Wait, let me screenshot that. Let me hold up.
Oh
just for like
God.
ammo later towards you, Josh. That's all.
Do it. That
Let's
is his
just
name.
Jesus.
Devontae Christ.
No, Jesus is a JoJo.
It's true. And Moses used the Beyblade to part the Red Sea. I'm not kidding.
See, this is what happens when you grow up in a black church. You can't take anything too seriously. I'm just saying. Okay.
Jesus is a JoJo.
He's a JoJo because he is Joshua.
Fear my stand, holy diver.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Joshua,
I feel...
Is it JoJo?
Moses part of the Red. So here, if you actually want to see it,
You're actually going to post this in chat. I love it.
Joshua Devontae Christ, son of Joseph. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Oh, got translated over time.
well, you know what? Just go to YouTube, and all you need to put in is Beyblade Moses, and she will see that
Oh
Moses
my god!
lets it rip, and the Beyblade splits.
I have a hard time believing that when they could barely keep up for 3 seconds.
Okay, but now my mashup is the Prince of Egypt and
Don't do this. Baby, don't do this. Whatever you gonna say next, just don't.
now all I'm hearing is the "You I called my brother," but Yugi singing it.
I hate this. You know what?
Or like,
we're done.
there we go.
We've committed full blasphemy.
I'm
Before we
going to
go,
hell
can I
anyways.
just say, in the Kanye fashion, not to interrupt y'all, but you know, Prince of Egypt had the best album of all time.
It did.
It did.
It did.
Best animated movie
Facts.
ever made. And the only reason why it's no longer at the top is because of Frozen. Fuck you, Frozen.
Still a better album than Frozen.
Still good,
look,
still good, but Prince of Egypt.
I'm gonna be this guy, and I'm ready to
Oh, no.
ready to deal with the consequences.
I'm gonna cry.
Frozen is trash.
You're
Oh, thank you. I was saying that to be nice.
Frozen is fucking garbage. I need you all to understand. Let It Go is a garbage song.
You know, I never actually heard Adina's movie version of that until like last year, and I was like, it wasn't even that good. The covers are better. Wait, what's happening here?
There's nothing good about Frozen. Nothing. And I'm saying it with my
I'm just gonna
entire
say that
fucking chest.
my ranking of animated movie music goes Prince of Egypt, Anastasia.
Yes, exactly. You get me.
Once Upon a December.
The greatest crime in all of cinema history is that Frozen got the love and attention that Tangled should have got.
Ooh,
Tangled is
That's
superior
valid.
in every way possible. Deal with it.
that's very valid. I want to play Mother Gothel. Oh,
Ooh. Ooh.
who's a liar? There's a lot happening. We've been
What's
called
going on,
liars.
chat? Chat's going wild here.
Wild.
I haven't looked at chat since I said that because I can feel some heat. Let's see who's salty about. Don't you dare pit Rapunzel against Elsa and Anna. They are friends. Women support women in this house. Ain't nobody pitting them against each other. I'm saying that the music in Tangled is leagues better than Frozen. And
Also,
Frozen is only as
agree.
popular as it is because it's a fucking meme.
Oh, and Crochet, who's very nice. Thank you for being here. I just want to say, you know, the whole support all women. I will not support all women because some women are bigots, and I
Get 'em!
I
Get
will
'em!
not support all women. And on their autonomy, yes, but outside of that, no.
I've been saying this is better than that all day, and this is better than that all day. I'm not gonna have you suddenly go you pit people against each other. If you can sit here and deal with me saying that like paladins are better than wizards or whatever, you can deal with me saying that the music in Frozen dog shit compared to Tangled, and I'll stand by that.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, you know what, Crochet? I'll give you this. Crochet. Would you agree that Elsa and Anna in a different movie would be a lot better? Because I don't think the characters are necessarily bad. I think the characters are great characters. I think that it's the movie itself. Would that work? You were insulted Frozen. You've activated my fight or flight.
I'm all out of flight. Kelsey. We love you. Meanwhile,
Dope and Avatar. Okay, Josh. We need to click out. Avatar.
and
click
Orion
out.
just left the chat. Frozone
Honestly,
is
like-
better than Frozen fight.
Frozone.
I just fundamentally, you know what? I can tell you why I hate Frozen, for a few reasons. One, the songwriters for Frozen did my favorite Broadway play ever, and I hate that they get so much shine for Frozen and not enough praise for the Book of Mormon, which is to me
that's true.
the superior work in their catalog. And two, I hate with the fucking passion the storyline of somebody having a power and fucking up with that power one time and being like, my power is evil. That plot line is played out. I'm sick of it. It doesn't make any sense. If I had super ice powers and I fucked up and I hit one of my siblings with my ice blast, first off, I would laugh about it. And second off, I would get good, scrub. I'm not gonna let one incident fuck me up. And if the argument is that her parents were like, your magic powers are evil and you must never use it again, somebody that came from an abusive household, fuck that. I refuse to support or to be behind any story that has someone with power diminish their power because of abusive parents. I don't rock with that. So fuck Frozen.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do. I'm gonna do it anyways. I've always been that kid. You can't use your powers. Oh, you want to see me use my powers then? I will freeze.
My hating of a song does not diminish what it means to anybody. I can say fuck the music of Frozen, and it can still mean the world to you. That's great. From my perspective, fuck it. But if it means something to you, awesome.
Sphinx roll, do you agree? They said to say, oh shit, my bad, and keep it pushing. Oh no! They want you to apologize for your sins.
Oh no, I think he was talking about using the power and hitting somebody.
Oh. Same.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. Oh no, Mom. The family dog is frozen.
But the thing is, and, you know, I do hate to pull this card, but I'm fit to. This is my show. And I get to express my opinion on this show. And as a black man, I refuse to let anybody come on my show and tell me you don't get to express that opinion. So if I do say something that you think is out of line, generally I'll try to make sure that I am considerate to all sides, because you know that about me. But if you want me to stuff a belief that I have in my mouth and shut myself up, that's been going on in this country for too goddamn long. So you can take that and you get the fuck out. That's how I feel about it.
Yes.
And you know that I love everybody in chat, but that opinion is never going to change because I refuse to be checked by anybody on my opinions, especially when I work as hard as I do to make sure that I'm considering. And y'all know that's a trigger for me because this shit has happened before. So check yourself before you come into my fucking show and tell me what to think, okay?
We want to thank everyone for being here tonight.
Don't get it twisted. I'm nice and I'm polite and I'm considerate, but I don't play that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as we can agree that The Witch is better than Midsummer, we're good.
It was nice to have the family over for dinner.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm so sorry you had to see that side of me.
No, that's great. That's all I hear all the time.
I don't be playing these games. Not at all. No. Again, like I said, I came from an abusive family. I've been made to shut up for a good portion of my life. And right now, and especially in this day and age, the thing I love about the TTRPG community is that we have so many people that believe so many different things and can express that. So we need to be very careful about when we tell people what to say and how to say it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
But now that we've officially hit the 4-hour mark,
yep.
I am going to say that we're going to wrap it up. Look, we had a hearty 4 hours. You worried about the show? I really hope you had a good time, because this has been a blast for me.
I agree. I just want to let chat know, if you want to give some subs or whatever.
Listen, all the proceeds for subs go towards the Transgender Law Center, so that's a whole thing this month.
Yes. So like, chat, if you like to support, definitely support them because I was really nervous to come on because I have social anxiety. But like, I have never felt so comfortable with people that were strangers, you know.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I'm like, oh, I want to come back. Like,
good because we're gonna at some point have you back.
I loved this. I loved this. I'm like 4 hours felt like nothing. I'm like, we can go for another 10.
That's what we like to hear. And I saw the other day that you were tweeting like, how do people make friends on social media? You're free to hit our DMs anytime. You can talk to us anytime. This was honestly one of my more favorite episodes of the season so far.
I'm just gonna do a quick look to see if we have any of our stream partners online that we can raid into. Doesn't look like anyone from our Rolling Together group is available at the moment, but I see that Black Cat's just started up. We can throw some love over their way if you like. Merfeather is doing a charity stream today, so what are we thinking?
Oh, you know I have choice paralysis. Like who were the options?
So Merfeather came in and rated us earlier, and she's still doing.
Oh, Mer! I love Mer.
Yeah. So we can go give.
Let's go give Mer some love. Mer was my GM for the Shadowfell game. Love them. So let's go ahead and show some love.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna go give Merfeather a raid, and go spread some love over there because they are doing a charity stream today.
Bo may be in that stream in the hour, so we definitely got to send some love that way.
Yeah, we're gonna send some love that way. So yeah, go spread the love. Enjoy the rest of your afternoons. You're all wonderful, incredible, amazing human beings, and we love you. And we will talk
at your Tomb of Horrors campaign, Intoxicated Thorns.
Yes, absolutely. Good luck. Good luck. But until next time, everyone, the ritual has concluded. Bye, everybody.
Booyah!
Bye.